Every night, I smear stinking mud all over my girlfriend's feet, then sprinkle a whole pound of flour on top, then pretend to fall asleep right away. And every night she wakes up at 2, plucks one of my hairs and sneaks out the door. So I follow the footprints she leaves on the ground, but just when I am about to find out what she has been doing, I spot a little girl about to be hit by a truck on the side of the road. In that split second, I rush over and save her, but I get hit instead, sent flying 30 feet, barely clinging to life. Just as my heart is about to stop beating, an ice-cold mechanical voice explodes inside my head. Ultra-rich system binding complete. 10 billion has been deposited into player Nathan's account. Golden eye skill unlocked. Able to see the true value of all things and read the human heart. Kunlun Grandmaster skill unlocked. Able to fight 100 men. I snap my eyes open, feeling my body surge with a power I have never felt before. I can even see and hear a Maybach speeding toward me from 3 miles away. Less than 2 minutes later, the black Maybach pulls up right in front of me. A pair of long, slender legs wrapped in black stockings steps out. She charges through the crowd like a woman possessed. Candy! Candy, where are you? The little girl I just saved bursts into tears. The woman rushes over and pulls Candy into her arms. After making sure Candy only has a few scrapes, she looks up at me, her eyes filled with deep gratitude. Sir, thank you for saving Candy. I am Serena from the Shen Group. What can I do for you? My family will give everything we have, no matter the cost. Nathan stares at the woman in front of him. Her information flashes across his retina. Age, 25. Status, CEO of the Shen Group. Net worth, over 800 billion. Before today, this would have been Nathan's best shot at turning his life around in this city. Latch onto the Shen family, demand a massive reward. Even now, with 10 billion to his name, Nathan does not even come close to a fraction of the Shen fortune. But Nathan just looks at her quietly, and says one word. No. Then he vanishes into the rainy night. Serena watches his silhouette fade, then turns to her assistant. Find him. I want every detail about him in 3 minutes. He saved us. I will not let him just disappear. Back at home, Nathan fixes his gaze on 2 faces on the wall. His golden eye activates its memory recall function. He quickly discovers that the mastermind behind his parents' death was his stepmother, Jade, and his girlfriend Mona had been sneaking out every night to see a rich kid. Good. He will start with his stepmother Jade, then deal with Mona. He is going to make sure Mona and that rich boyfriend of hers cannot even get a job delivering food. They will end up begging on the streets. The next morning, Nathan arrives at the Yi family mansion. The moment Nathan steps inside, he hears crashing and smashing from the main hall, along with Jade's hysterical screams. Stop breaking things. I will handle it soon. I will make that brat Nathan sign the inheritance transfer agreement. Then this mansion is mine, and I will have the money to pay you back. A slap cuts her begging short. Nathan pushes the door open. The living room is a total wreck. Jade, who used to be so high and mighty, now kneels on the floor with her hair a mess, a bright red handprint across her face. Standing in the center of the room is Blade, the underground loan shark king of River City, with 4 thugs gripping steel pipes behind him. Nathan strolls in like he owns the place, walking straight toward the center of the room as if nobody else exists. When Blade sees Nathan ignore him completely, he shouts and reaches out to slap Nathan across the face. Well, well, so this is the useless young master. Nathan whips his head around and locks eyes with Blade. Blade's data flashes in Nathan's mind. Target, Blade, combat power, 65. Peak human level. Weakness, extremely superstitious and suffers from a mysterious condition. Severe chest pain every midnight. Nathan does not move. He just says softly, if your hand touches my face, you will never lift it again. And that chest pain of yours, does it not hit you right at midnight every single night? Blade's hand freezes in midair. Even his own men do not know this secret. How does this kid know? Nathan says nothing. He walks straight to the overturned antique shelf, searching for a purple sandalwood box his mother left behind. When Jade sees Blade hesitate, she scrambles to her feet and shrieks, Blade! He is the first in line to inherit! Force him to sign it over, and this house is yours! Blade's eyes flicker. Faced with tens of millions in debt, a little fear is nothing. His face hardens. Boys, hold this kid down. If he does not sign today, we chop off a finger. The 4 thugs charge at Nathan with steel pipes raised. Nathan stands with his back to them and sighs, why do you have to make me get rough? Before he even finishes, he spins around and throws a single sidekick. Boom! The lead thug flies back 15 feet like he got hit by a truck, slams into the wall, and drops cold. Dead silence. The other 3 thugs screech to a halt and swallow hard. Nathan lowers his leg, and finds the sandalwood box his mother left by the coffee table. He wipes off the dust, then turns to the stunned Jade. Jade, you always wanted this house and the Yi family business, right? Fine. I will give it to you. Jade freezes. Nathan turns to Blade, a smirk playing at the corner of his lips. He pulls out a black bank card. You bring a card reader? Yes, I did. Total is 58 million. Nathan tosses the card over. Charge it all. Jade's eyes explode with wild joy. This fool is actually paying off her debt for her. She starts shaking with excitement. Nathan, smart move. Since you paid my debt, we are even. Now get out. This house is all mine. But the very next second, Nathan's words send her straight to hell. Who said I was paying your debt? He looks at Jade, his eyes full of amusement. That money was to buy the debt itself. From now on, you owe every penny to me. Jade's smile freezes solid. Blade catches on instantly, switching his expression in a heartbeat, now glaring at Jade like a predator. Ma'am, your new creditor is young Master Nathan now. Oh, and sir, anything I can do for you? Want me to help collect interest? Blade decides right then to get on Nathan's good side. Nathan, holding the sandalwood box, walks to the door, stops, and looks back at Jade. I am giving you two choices. 1. Move out of this mansion right now, leave with nothing. You cannot even take a single piece of clothing. 2. Pay me back in full within 3 days. 1 second late and I call the police. I will have you charged with fraud and embezzlement. He turns to Blade. And if you do not make sure Jade follows through, I will have you charged with assault. The security cameras at the door caught everything. Those charges are enough to make you rot in prison. With that, Nathan strides out of the mansion. Behind him come Jade's gut-wrenching wails and the sounds of Blade's crew smashing things again. Hearing all this, Nathan stands in the sunlight and feels nothing but satisfaction. But the very next second, the system issues a new mission. Spend 100 million within 2 hours. Failure penalty, a random bodily function will be permanently reduced. For example, lasting only 3 seconds. Forever. Nathan stares at the penalty, the corner of his mouth twitching. System, you are ruthless. But spending money? That might just be the easiest mission in the world. Nathan flags down a taxi, heading straight for River City's most exclusive mall, SKP. The moment Nathan steps out of the cab, a red Ferrari roars to a stop right in front of him, the window rolls down, and there she is. His ex-girlfriend Mona. She takes off her sunglasses, her eyes dripping with contempt. Oh my, isn't this Nathan? I heard you got kicked out and started delivering food. What are you doing at a place like this? Security does not let beggars in. When the Yi family fell apart, Mona had dumped Nathan at the speed of light, running straight into the arms of a rich kid. Nathan looks at her, and instead of getting angry, he smiles. Perfect. His spending mission needs an audience. That is right, I am here to beg. Nathan straightens his cuffs, grinning from ear to ear. But today, I am not begging for food. I am here for the whole mall. Just then the car door opens, and Mona steps out on the arm of a man in a flashy Versace shirt. The man looks Nathan up and down with his beady little eyes, smirking. Babe, this is your delivery boy X? Pretty face, but what a loser. The air conditioning here costs by the minute. Can one delivery even cover 10 minutes? Mona clings to the man's arm, giggling uncontrollably. Nathan, let me introduce you. This is my boyfriend Derek. His family is in construction materials, worth hundreds of millions. She puts extra emphasis on hundreds of millions, staring at Nathan with a smug look, clearly waiting to see shame, rage, or humiliation on his face. But she is disappointed. Nathan just stands there calmly, his gaze blank, like he is looking at thin air. Move. Nathan steps forward, his tone flat. Don't push your luck. Derek is furious at being ignored. He steps forward, blocking Nathan's path, and reaches out to shove Nathan's shoulder. The instant Derek's hand is about to make contact, deep within Nathan's pupils, a flicker of gold flashes. Derek's data pops up. Target Derek. Status, Nouveau Riche Trust Fund Kid, all bark and no bite. Current gear, Versace shirt, authentic. Richard Mille RM011 watch, counterfeit, fitted with a cheap domestic movement. Gucci belt, authentic. Financial status, credit cards maxed out, compounding interest activated. Rented the Ferrari for 1 day to impress Mona. Rental fee still unpaid. Nathan finishes reading and his smirk turns wicked. He leans in close to Derek, lowering his voice, just loud enough for a few passers-by to hear. What a shame. A real Richard Mille has a random carbon fiber pattern on the case. Yours is a little too neat, wouldn't you say? Oh, and the real one has an instant jump date display. It is 1:59 right now. How about we wait and see if yours can click over at 2 o'clock? Derek's face changes instantly. That watch really is a $3,000 replica he bought specifically to fool gold diggers like Mona. But he never imagined that a delivery boy could see right through it. You are full of it. This is a real watch. What do you know? Derek instinctively covers his wrist, barking with zero confidence behind it. Babe, ignore this lunatic. Let's go. I will buy you a bag at Hermes. He grabs the bewildered Mona and rushes toward the mall, clearly trying to escape. Perfect. I need to pick up a few things too. Let's go together. Nathan follows them at a leisurely pace. This is SKP. If you can afford even a pair of socks in here, I will eat them on the spot. Nathan pushes through the revolving door and enters the cool, air-conditioned grand hall. The first floor of SKP brings together the world's most exclusive luxury brands. The air is thick with expensive perfume. Welcome, welcome. The greeter at the Patek Philippe entrance bows. But when she sees Derek and Mona following close behind, her eyes light up, and her smile grows even wider. Sir, ma'am, welcome. To save face after what just happened, Derek deliberately raises his voice. Bring out the most expensive watch you have. I want to pick one out for my girlfriend. He throws a smug look at Nathan. What? The delivery boy came in to enjoy the free air conditioning? Careful not to touch the glass cases. They would sell you and still not cover the damage. Several sales consultants inside quickly swarm around Derek, while Nathan is left standing alone. Only one person approaches him, a young girl fresh out of school wearing an intern badge. She walks over hesitantly and offers him a glass of water. Sir, hello. Is there anything I can help you with? It is perfectly fine if you are just browsing. Her eyes are clear and kind. She does not look down on Nathan for the way he is dressed. I am not browsing. Nathan takes a sip and says calmly, You hear that? He is not even looking. Told you he is just here for the air conditioning. Where is security? How do they let just anyone in here? Mona snickers the moment she hears it. A senior saleswoman walks over, her tone stiff. Sir, if you are not buying anything, please do not take up our time. There is a lounge area over there. Nathan ignores the saleswoman completely. Instead, he looks at the young intern, smiles, and points to the celestial in the center of the display case, then sweeps his finger across the entire row of Nautilus models beside it. This celestial, and this whole row. I will take them all. Silence. Dead silence fills the entire store. Babe, did you hear that? He said he wants them all. That is like 20 million total. Has this kid lost his mind delivering food? Derek bursts into wild laughter. Sir, please do not joke around. This is Pac Philippe, not a flea market. If you keep talking nonsense, I will call security. The senior saleswoman's face darkens instantly, convinced Nathan is making trouble. Sir, the Celestial 6102P is priced at 2.8 million, and it requires VIP waitlist approval. Even the intern is shaken, stammering as she speaks. Approval? Nathan reaches into the pocket of his cheap jeans and pulls out a black card, setting it gently on the glass counter with a crisp clink. Go run it. Pin is 6/8. If it does not go through, I will eat this entire counter. Nathan's voice is not loud, but it carries an authority nobody can resist. The intern takes the card with trembling hands, looking to the store manager for help. He is a middle-aged man who has seen it all, and he has been watching Nathan this whole time. The moment he sees that black card, his pupils shrink to pinpoints. That is the legendary Baifu Black Gold card. No, wait. This material is even higher grade than the Black Gold. This is the Supreme Dragon card. Only 10 exist in the entire world. Quick, run it. No, wait, bring me the card reader. I will run it myself. Keep pretending. He is using some barbershop loyalty card to fool everyone. Let us see what comes out of this. Derek is still laughing. Transaction approved. The card reader spits out the receipt, and in this moment, it sounds like the judgment of God. The store manager stares at the long string of dizzying zeros on the receipt, nearly dropping to his knees. Most distinguished sir, the transaction of 28.5 million is complete. We will pack these up for you immediately. Shall we deliver them to your residence, or... No. The store manager holds the black card with both hands, bowing at a full 90 degrees, his attitude humbled to the dust. Nathan casually slips the 2.8 million Celestial onto his wrist and gives it a shake. The rest? Just bag them up. I want to carry them out. B-bags? The store manager is stunned. Tens of millions worth of watches. In bags. Derek and Mona are completely petrified. How is this possible? Did the Yi family not go bankrupt? Was he not kicked out? He did not even blink when he swiped that card. Derek feels like someone just slapped him hard across the face, stinging and burning. He was just showing off a fake watch worth $1.5 million, and Nathan turns around and drops 20 million on the real thing, packing them up like groceries. Mona's jaw hits the floor. She stares at the dazzling Celestial on Nathan's wrist, regret eating her alive. Nah, Nathan. Mona's voice trembles. She tries to squeeze out a flirtatious smile, shaking off Derek's hand, and moves toward Nathan. So you were testing me all along. I never forgot about you. Derek just kept chasing me. I never loved him. Get lost. Nathan does not even glance at her, dropping just one word. Now. Who said they were going to eat a pair of socks? He turns to the ghost-white Derek. Derek stumbles backward into the counter. What do you want? My dad is... I have zero interest in your dad. Nathan turns and walks out, passing the senior saleswoman who looked down on him. He pauses. Sir. This entire sale, give her the full commission. Nathan points at the intern. As for you, I do not want to see you the next time I come in. Understood? I will fire her right now. Shen, hurry up and thank this gentleman. Your commission today is enough to buy an apartment in River City. Walking out of Patek Philippe, Nathan checks the system panel. Amount spent, 28.5 million. Remaining, 71.5 million. Time left, 1 hour and 20 minutes. He walks straight into the Armani flagship store next door. Sir, may I show you around? Every new piece on this floor, give me 3 of each. And those limited edition alligator skin trunks from Gucci next door, bring them over to pack the clothes in. And 100 sets of La Mer full-size collections. Ship them to the delivery station for the boys to use as hand cream. For the next hour, SKP Mall experiences an earthquake like never before. A mysterious big spender in a Uniqlo shirt goes on a rampage through every luxury store. He does not even look at the price. Just one line, charge it, bag it. The mall's general manager personally follows behind with 20 security guards, carrying bags. Derek and Mona trail behind like 2 forgotten clowns, staring in disbelief. Where is he getting all this money? Mona digs her nails into her palms, her eyes burning red. It has to be dirty money. I am going to report him. Attention, valued customers. SKP will be closing half an hour early today. A distinguished guest has reserved the rooftop Sky Garden restaurant and has invited world-renowned pianist Lang Lang for a live performance. The crowd erupts. Nathan stands at the second-floor escalator, a slight smile on his face. This is another spending task the system arranged. That one item alone costs 5 million. He glances at the system panel. Mission complete. Total spent, 100 million and 500,000. Congratulations, player. First splurge achievement unlocked. Rewards issued. Cash rebate times 10 multiplier activated. 1 billion cash deposited. 51% ownership of SKP Mall, River City has been transferred. Charisma plus 10. Physique plus 10. Nathan blinks. SKP is his now? The mall's general manager gets a phone call. Boss, I had no idea you were here. Forgive me for not greeting you sooner. I am Gerald, general manager of SKP. You now own 51% of the company. From this moment on, whatever you say goes. Gerald drops to his knees. That single kneel stuns everyone around them. Derek is so scared he drops to the floor. Nathan looks at Gerald kneeling. Get up. Since I am the boss now, here is my first order. He points toward Derek and Mona nearby. These two are ruining my shopping mood. Throw them out. From now on, every mall under SKP bans these two for life. And that fake watch on his wrist is an eyesore. Take it off for him. Now. 20 guards pounce like wolves. Let go of me. No, Nathan, it is me, Mona. My dad will not let this slide. I am the one you love. Just you wait. Just you wait. My dad will... Derek is still screaming threats. The next second he is pinned to the ground, the fake watch ripped off his wrist and crushed under a boot. Their screams fade into the distance. Nathan stands at the top of the escalator, looking down over his new empire. His phone rings. Unknown number. Hello? Is this Nathan? I am Serena. I heard you just bought SKP. I am at the coffee shop downstairs right now. Serena, she has been here all along. Great. I am actually hungry, but I do not drink coffee. I want spicy hot pot. Care to join me, Serena? Yes. As long as you will see me, I will eat anything. Nathan hangs up, smiling bright. Looks like the game is about to get interesting. The night sky over River City is like a pool of ink that will not dissolve, burned through with glowing holes by the noise and neon of Hongqing Street in the Old Town. A Rolls-Royce Phantom with the plate number River A88888, looking like royalty lost in the slums, creeps carefully over the potholed, puddle-filled road and stops in front of Auntie Pang's spicy hot pot shop. The automatic door unfolds, and Serena steps out. Nathan is sitting on a red plastic stool by the roadside. He looks up, snapping apart a pair of disposable chopsticks. What? Too dirty for you, Serena? Stacked beside her are dozens of luxury shopping bags from SKP. Nathan blows the dust off a plastic stool. Sit. The beef balls here are the best in all of River City. Serena takes a deep breath and sits down across from Nathan. You are quite the comedian, Nathan. Serena looks at him. I expected a man worth 10 billion who casually buys out SKP to have higher standards for dining. Money is for making life freer, not for building yourself a cage. Let us order. You said you are treating me. Do not be shy just because it is cheap. Serena looks at the menu. Meatballs, 2 yuan. Seaweed, 1 yuan. Her feelings are complicated. She had investigated Nathan. 24 hours ago he was still a delivery driver hustling through the rain for a few dollars. And now he sits across from her, with a presence so deep that even a business veteran like her cannot read him. Just get me a bit of everything. Serena puts down the menu. Nathan, let us talk business. About saving candy, and about you buying SKP. Shh. No business talk during a meal. Bad for the stomach. Auntie Pang, 2 big bowls, medium spicy, extra vinegar. Coming right up. Nathan, you brought your girlfriend today. She is so pretty. This girl looks a little thin, though. She needs to eat more. This one is on the house. Serena's face turns red all the way to her ears. She waves her hands frantically. No. I am her creditor. Nathan finishes her sentence with a laugh, grabbing the vinegar bottle and drizzling a generous swirl into Serena's bowl. Try it. The soul of this place is in the vinegar. Nathan's playful interruption breaks half of Serena's stiff negotiation posture in an instant. She hesitates but picks up a piece of baby cabbage and puts it in her mouth. Spicy, scalding, tangy. The intense flavors hit her all at once and she cannot help but cough, tears welling up in her eyes. Slow down. Nobody's going to steal your food. Nathan hands her a napkin. Serena takes it and wipes the corner of her mouth, looking a little flustered. In that moment, she lets go of the armor she always wears, showing a spark of real, human warmth. Serena suddenly speaks, her voice a few notes softer. Nathan, thank you. Not just for saving candy, SKP had been blocking our company's advertising contract renewal. If you had not bought SKP, Shen Group's product launch next month would have fallen apart. Nathan chews on a beef ball and activates his golden eye. Strings of red data flash wildly above her head. Target Serena. Status CEO Shen Group. Current condition extreme anxiety, on her last legs. Core Crisis 1, cash flow severed. Sabotaged by rival company Titan Capital. Funding gap 800 million. Core Crisis 2, internal trader. Design director Perry has been bought by Titan Capital, planning to leak the core bid price at tomorrow morning's auction. Core Crisis 3, a performance bet agreement signed with the family elders. If the company fails to turn a profit this quarter, she will be stripped of her title and forced into a marriage with Titan Capital's heir. Countdown to collapse 12 hours. Nathan's chewing slows. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. This is not a female CEO, she is a lamb surrounded by wolves. Nathan sets down his chopsticks, looking at her with a half smile. No offense, but the launch venue is not what you should be worried about right now. From what I know, your company probably cannot even afford SKP's venue rental fee at this point. Serena stares at Nathan. How do you know that? The company's financials are top secret. Even the vice president does not know. Are you a corporate spy? I am the man who saved your life. Not a spy. Nathan pulls out a napkin and naturally takes her hand, wiping the grease from the back of it. His fingers are long and warm. The moment they touch Serena's ice-cold skin, she flinches like she has been shocked, but she does not pull away. And I do not just know you are broke. I also know the reason you are in this mess is because there is a traitor right beside you. A traitor? Serena goes pale. Right then her phone starts buzzing like crazy. The caller ID shows, Design Director Perry. Serena glances at Nathan. Nathan gestures for her to answer. She picks up. Hello Perry, how is tomorrow's bid looking? A panicked and guilty voice comes from the other end. Something terrible happened. Our servers just got hacked. What? All the design files and data for Project Oasis have been locked and destroyed. The backup drives are dead too. Serena jumps to her feet, knocking over the plastic stool behind her. How is that possible? Our firewall is top tier, and the backup drive is in your safe. How could it break? I do not know either, ma'am. The auction is at 9 tomorrow morning. There is no time to redo everything. Titan Capital seems like they had their proposal ready all along. We are finished. The phone slips from Serena's hand and crashes to the ground. Her whole body goes limp, like someone just ripped out her spine. She tries to sit down but forgets the stool already tipped over. Just as she is about to fall onto the greasy ground, Nathan catches her with one hand and calmly picks up the phone with the other. He speaks into it to Perry, who is still on the line. Nice performance. The Oscars owe you a trophy. The other end goes dead silent. Who is this? Where is Serena? Nathan lets out a cold laugh into the phone. Who I am does not matter. What matters is the cat is out of the bag. You had better pray those 20 million Titan Capital paid you is enough to buy yourself a nice wheelchair. Nathan hangs up, tossing the phone back on the table. Serena leans against Nathan, trembling all over. Her eyes hollow. She is no longer the ice-cold CEO. She is a woman pushed to the absolute edge. It is all over. That was our last shot. Without the designs, tomorrow means breach of contract. I will owe 300 million. The family will destroy me. Why are you panicking? Nathan's voice cuts through the noisy night market, steady and calm, carrying a kind of magic that puts people at ease. He straightens Serena up, places both hands on her shoulders, and forces her to look him in the eyes. The designs are gone. We draw new ones. Money is gone. We make more. As long as you are still breathing, the game is not over. There is no time to redraw them. Serena's eyes are bloodshot, tears about to spill. Less than 10 hours left. Dozens of designers spent 3 months on those. Who says there is no time? Nathan lets go, picks up the shopping bags from the ground, his eyes gleaming like a hunter who just spotted his prey. Let us go. Where? To your company. If Perry says the data is destroyed, I will show him what real skill looks like. Tonight we play a little game of catch the traitor. Half an hour later, downtown River City, Shen Group headquarters. The entire building blazes with light. The design department is in total chaos. Dozens of designers sit in front of dead screens, pulling at their hair, some crying, some cursing. Director Perry stands in the middle, pretending to direct the recovery effort, but his eyes keep flicking to his watch, hiding a barely visible smirk. As long as he can stall through tonight, once Serena goes down tomorrow, he can take his payout and walk into Titan Capital as vice president. Just then, a commotion breaks out at the door. Ma'am is here! Perry instantly puts on a look of absolute devastation and rushes to meet her. Ma'am, thank God you are here. I am so sorry. But the broken, desperate Serena he expected is nowhere to be seen. Instead, Serena strides in with purpose, her eyes still a little red, but her presence sharper than ever. And walking beside her is a young man wearing Armani, but carrying a bag of takeout spicy hot pot containers. Ma'am, who is this? Perry freezes. I am just the delivery guy. Nathan casually drops the bag of spicy hot pot on the conference table, then walks straight toward Perry. Perry feels Nathan's gaze boring into him, and his blood runs cold. Ma'am, at a time like this you are bringing outsiders in to cause more problems? Perry, you are really overacting. Nathan points at the dead screen. You said the server got hacked and all the data was destroyed? Of course! Perry pushes through. The tech team is working on recovery right now. Is that so? Nathan turns and walks to the main terminal, his fingers flying across the keyboard. Player activating God-tier hacking, breaching the router network, tracing data flow, restoring base code. The garbled black screen suddenly erupts with activity. Green code scrolls at a blinding pace. The tech lead next to him is stunned, speechless. What kind of typing speed is that? He is writing a reverse trace program. Less than a minute later, bam! Nathan hits the enter key. The giant dark screen blazes to life, but what appears is not the design files. It is a security camera replay, along with a detailed screenshot of a chat log. On screen, it is Perry, half an hour ago, plugging a USB drive into the main server, and he is texting someone labeled Boss Zhao at Titan Capital. The message reads, done. Data deleted. That stupid woman Serena is finished. Dead silence falls over the entire room. Every single designer's eyes cut toward Perry like knives. Perry turns beet red. This is fabricated! This is a setup! Ma'am, you trust a delivery boy over me? Serena stares at the big screen, her heart sinking. Security. Detain this two-faced traitor. Call the police. Now. The guards, who had been holding back their fury, charge in. You dare arrest me, Serena? Without my design team, tomorrow you are just as dead. Let us see you come back from this. Perry is still laughing hysterically as they drag him away. They caught the traitor. That felt good. But the designs really are gone. The office sinks back into hopeless silence. The tech lead asks weakly, Sir, since you recovered the security footage, can you recover the design files too? They were physically destroyed. No recovery is possible. Nathan shakes his head. Everyone's heart hits rock bottom. However, Nathan switches gears, walks to the head of the conference table, sits down, and pops open a container of spicy hot pot. He says casually, Those garbage designs? Good riddance. Taking that stuff to the auction would have been embarrassing. What did you just say? The assistant director snaps. That was 3 months of our blood and sweat. Nathan ignores the outrage and turns to Serena. Got a stylus? Serena blinks, then instinctively hands over her tablet and stylus pen. What are you going to do? Nathan takes the pen, spinning it in a flashy twirl. Inside his mind, the system store opens again. Critical rescue scenario detected. Redeeming item, Ultimate Ad Design Guide, 2035 edition. Redeemed. Nathan's eyes flood with countless colors, lines, and compositions that are decades ahead of their time. A visual shock from the future. If you think those old designs were masterpieces, Nathan says calmly as he begins to draw, then tonight, I will teach you what real art looks like. Over the next hour, every single person in the Shen Group design department watches their entire worldview shatter and rebuild. The man they dismissed as a delivery boy works like a human printing machine, his hands moving so fast they blur, one breathtaking, mind-blowing concept after another appearing on the screen. The lighting, the perspective. This is a perfect fusion of cyberpunk and traditional style, and this lighting, oh my god, this is a masterpiece. The assistant director who was just questioning Nathan is now crouched beside him, handing him water. When the final key visual is finished, Nathan drops the pen and rubs his wrist. On the screen is a poster titled Rebirth, a mechanical rose blooming in a downpour above the ruins. The image mirrors Nathan's own story, and it mirrors Serena's desperate fight. Serena stares at the painting, tears sliding silently down her face. Nathan, she turns to look at the man, who is hunched over eating his now cold spicy hot pot. In this moment, every wall she has ever built comes crashing down. Do not get emotional just yet. Nathan swallows a meatball. The art is done. Now it is time to close the net. Tomorrow morning at the auction, I'm going to make Titan Capital cough up everything they swallowed, with interest. He stands up, walks to the floor-to-ceiling window, and looks out over the River City skyline. Serena, are you brave enough to go all in with me? Serena walks up beside him, standing shoulder to shoulder, the confusion in her eyes replaced by pure resolve. Try me. If we lose, I will deliver food with you. Nathan laughs. Deliver food? That is not going to work. He tilts his head. My passenger seat is reserved for bosses only. River City Convention Center. Today is the final bidding day for River City's landmark project, the Future City Commercial Complex. This is a deal worth tens of billions, and it will decide who rules River City's business world for the next decade. A flashy-as-hell neon green Lamborghini pulls in with an earth-shaking roar, parking across 2 spots in the VIP lot. The scissor doors swing up, and out steps a young man in a white suit, his hair slicked back with enough gel to reflect the sun. Victor, the crown prince of Titan Capital. Trailing behind him, grinning like a lapdog, is Perry, the former design director of Shen Group, just bailed out last night. Victor, sir, do not worry, Serena is finished. Perry, sporting 2 massive black eyes and a still swollen face, looks almost giddy. I deleted the data myself, even wiped the hard drives with a degausser. Unless God himself comes down, she is walking in with nothing today. Well done. Once the Shen family goes bankrupt, that proud little princess will have no choice but to do whatever I say. Just then, a black Audi A6 glides in. It is Serena's car. Compared to the supercars around it, it looks almost embarrassingly modest. Victor lets out a low whistle, then swaggers over with Perry to block the car door. Well, if it isn't the gorgeous Serena. The car door opens. Serena steps out. After a night of agony and transformation, she looks surprisingly composed. The anxiety from yesterday is gone from those striking eyes. And from the driver's seat behind her steps a young man. It is Nathan. Today, to match Serena's look, he is wearing a dark gray business casual suit. No tie, but radiating a relaxed, effortless elegance. He carries a silver metal briefcase. Victor, move. Good dogs do not block the way. Serena's voice is ice. Serena, still talking tough when you were about to go down? I heard your design team was screaming and crying all night. Even your servers burned. So, are you here to officially withdraw, and then beg me to buy your company? His eyes crawl over Serena's body. He lowers his voice. Actually, if you come to my room tonight, I will raise the offer by 10%. Before Serena can respond, a hand suddenly reaches out, waving in front of Victor's face like swatting a fly. Hey buddy, do something about that breath. You are gagging my boss. Who the hell are you? You do not get to talk here. You are just a driver. Victor, sir, this is the delivery boy from last night. The one who jinxed everything. Ruined our whole plan. Victor laughs. He laughs so hard he can barely stand. Serena, have you lost your mind? Bringing a delivery boy to $1 billion auction? What, are you going to bribe the judges with spicy hot pot? Nathan activates his golden eye. Target Victor. Condition extremely overconfident. Kidney deficiency stage 2. Personal items classified bid floor document hidden in his inner pocket. 1 bottle of little blue pills. Has bribed the lead judge, Professor Lee. Agreed signal, touching the nose. The transfer records are stored on his encrypted phone. Bribing judges. Interesting. Victor, right? Those pills you took last night, were they expired? You are looking a little pale between the eyes. Today might not be your lucky day. Also, a man like Professor Lee has expensive taste. That little pocket change you slipped him? Careful, you might not be feeding the wolf enough. Victor's smile freezes on his face. His pupils contract sharply. How does this kid know about the pills? More importantly, how does he know about Professor Lee? Before Victor can even react, Nathan is already pulling Serena by the arm, stepping around Victor like a pile of trash, and heading straight for the elevators. Nathan, what did you just say to him? His face went completely white. Nothing much. Just read his fortune. Serena, when we get in there, just focus on your presentation. Leave the rest to me. The bidding hall is thick with tension. 5 judges sit at the front panel. The bald man in the center is the industry authority, Professor Lee. Below, River City's top business elites fill every seat. Media crews and their cameras crowd the back rows. Next, Titan Capital will present their proposal. As the host finishes, Victor takes the stage with Perry. Even though Nathan just shook him up, now that he is in his element, Victor puts his arrogant mask back on. Distinguished judges, honored guests, Titan Capital presents our proposal, City Oasis. We will create a sky garden combining ecology, sustainability, and cutting-edge technology. As the slides advance, the audience erupts in shock. That is our original design. Serena grips the edge of her jacket, her knuckles turning white. That is right. Perry had deleted the Shen Group's original files, but he brought copies to Victor. The current City Oasis, aside from the name change, is a pixel-perfect copy of Shen Group's earlier design draft. Shameless, Serena grits her teeth. That double helix sky bridge is our patented original, and that photosynthetic glass curtain wall is our exclusive concept. Original. Down in the audience, Nathan lets out a cold laugh and pulls out his phone. System command, hack into the venue projection system. Connection established. So you want to play the plagiarism game? Then let me make it crystal clear. This is our team's masterpiece, 6 months in the making, absolutely one of a kind. Right at that moment, the big screen flickers and splits into 2. On the left is the City Oasis presentation. On the right is Shen Group's internal meeting footage from 3 months ago. The room goes dead silent, then explodes. Holy, is that not the Shen Group's old proposal? Even the color scheme is identical. They straight up stole it. A company as big as Titan Capital pulling this? Up on stage, Perry looks like a duck being choked, his voice cut short. He stares at the screen in horror, cold sweat soaking through his back instantly. What is going on? Who switched the screen? Shut it off. Shut it off now. What are you doing? I will kill you. I did not touch anything. The computer is out of control. It must have a virus. Before they can scramble to pull the plug, the big screen flashes a line of blood-red text. Epitaph of the thief. Originality is dead. No, it is because all you can do is pick through garbage. Then the screen goes black. Everything returns to normal. Nathan sits in the audience, quietly pocketing his phone, keeping all the credit to himself. He casually unwraps a mint that Serena brought him. Was that some kind of technical glitch? Serena stares at what just happened, every trace of anxiety wiped clean. Nathan crunches the mint. That is called warming up the crowd. Look at Professor Lee. His face is turning green. Sure enough, up on the judges' panel, Professor Lee is squirming in his seat. He had taken the money and was ready to score Titan Capital high. But now, with rock-solid evidence of plagiarism displayed in front of hundreds, if he dares to protect them, his reputation will be in the gutter by tomorrow. Professor Lee reluctantly picks up the microphone. Ahem. Titan Capital's proposal has serious concerns. We will set it aside for now. Next up, Shen Group. Victor slinks off the stage. As he passes Nathan, he hisses. This was you, wasn't it? Just wait. The second you step outside, I will have you lying dead in the street. Is that how you beg for mercy? Better bring extra tissues later. You are going to cry ugly. Serena takes a deep breath and stands. Every eye in the room turns to her. Some filled with sympathy, some eager for a show, and some with doubt. After that plagiarism spectacle, everyone is curious about what Shen Group has up its sleeve. Serena walks onto the stage. No flash drive, no printed materials. She simply stands at the center of the podium. The spotlight falls on her like a queen about to be crowned. Everyone. Serena's voice is cool and steady. You all just saw the so-called City Oasis. That is right, it was a rejected draft from our company. Why was it rejected? Because it was too outdated. The crowd gasps. That proposal, despite being stolen, was easily top tier by industry standards. To save everyone's time, Nathan, my assistant, let us begin. Nathan nods, opens the silver metal briefcase. But instead of pulling out documents, he takes out a fist-sized black crystal. This is a portable holographic projector from the System Store, 2035 edition, priced at $5 million. Nathan places the crystal at the center of the stage. What is that thing? The judges crane their necks. The next second, a beam of deep blue light shoots toward the ceiling, expanding instantly, engulfing the entire convention hall. The bright venue goes dark in an instant. In its place, a massive lifelike virtual city floats in midair. No more static slides, no more flat renderings. Everyone feels like they have been transported through time and space, standing inside a cyberpunk metropolis of the future. Giant neon signs flicker overhead. You can even see the expressions on virtual pedestrians walking the streets. And at the very center of it all, a building shaped like a blooming mechanical lotus slowly rotates. This is Shen Group's new proposal, the Rebirth Lotus. Oh my god, what kind of technology is this? Naked eye 3D? No, this is full holographic projection! What am I looking at? Is this a Hollywood blockbuster? This design is insane! Compared to this, that City Oasis is a backyard outhouse. The entire hall erupts. Reporters slam their shutters like madmen. Camera flashes turn the room bright as daylight. Serena stands inside the enormous virtual lotus, like a fairy among the petals. She reaches out, gently swipes the virtual interface, and the entire building deconstructs and reassembles in an instant, revealing a breathtaking commercial flow design within. We do not define the future. We create it. There is no suspense. This is a massacre. A strike from another dimension entirely. Professor Lee, who was ready to nitpick just moments ago, now has his jaw hanging open so wide his dentures are about to fall out. In the face of something this extraordinary, if he dares say a single negative word, the electrified crowd will tear him apart. I give it a perfect score. This is a work of art. This is a masterpiece that will define an era. Another judge leaps to his feet, clapping furiously. Applause erupts like thunder, and it does not stop. Below, Victor's face turns to ash. He slumps in his chair. He knows it is over. No matter how much money he has, no matter how powerful his connections, in the face of this kind of total domination, it all becomes a joke. We won. Serena looks out at the frenzied crowd, her eyes glistening. She looks at Nathan, who is casually toying with a $5 million crystal. He winks at her and mouths the words, "You crushed it, boss lady." The auction ends. Shen Group wins the Future City project by a landslide. The moment the news breaks, Shen Group stock, which had crashed to its daily limit, shoots straight back up and locks at the ceiling. Serena, was that new technology developed in-house by your company? Serena, who is the lead designer? Could you introduce us? Serena struggles to push through the crowd, scanning in every direction. She is looking for Nathan, but the man behind it all has vanished. In the alley behind the convention center, Nathan leans against a wall, smoking. Two men kneel before him. One is Perry, his face bruised and swollen. The other is Victor, trembling uncontrollably. Surrounding them are more than a dozen massive men in black suits and sunglasses. Leading them is Blade, the former loan shark who pledged his loyalty just last night, now serving as Nathan's head of security. "Sir, boss, I was wrong. I will never cross you again." Not a shred of arrogance remains in Victor. He stares at the wrist-thick steel pipe in Blade's hand, so scared he wets himself. "Please spare me. I am the only heir. I will give you anything you want." Nathan blows out a ring of smoke and crouches down. "Money? Do you think I need money?" Nathan smiles, pulls out a check, fills in a number and flicks it in Victor's face. "This is 10 million. Consider it compensation for that little delivery boy comment of yours." "Of course you are paying me, not the other way around." Victor freezes. "I am paying you? That is right. I do not need money, but I hate when people owe me." Blade, teach Victor how to write a proper IOU. As for the interest rate, use the same rate he was paying on his gambling debts in Macau. "You got it, sir. Trust me. This is my specialty." Blade grins and closes in. Nathan stands up and walks away, ignoring the screams behind him. The moment he steps out of the alley, his phone rings. "Nathan, where are you? The celebration is about to start. You are the star. It will not be fun without you. Skip the party. I do not like those things." Nathan gazes at the giant Shen Group billboard scrolling on a downtown skyscraper. "Serena, do not forget our deal. Keep that passenger seat open for me." 2 seconds of silence on the other end. "Nathan, I do not want you in the passenger seat anymore. I want you to be the driver. For the rest of our lives. Would you?" That is practically a confession. Nathan pauses. But inside his mind, the system erupts with a piercing red alarm. "Warning! Warning! Players' excessive use of future technology has attracted the attention of the Shadow World. S-class threat incoming. The world's top assassin organization Black Mamba has accepted a contract. Target Nathan. Bounty, $100 million. Client, the Wu family. Victor's father. Countdown 30 minutes until the first wave of assassins reaches the battlefield. Beat the dog and the owner shows up. He speaks into the phone. "Serena, cancel the party. Go home right now. Lock every door and window. Send all of Blade's men to surround your house. No matter what you hear, do not come outside. What is wrong?" "Nathan, you are scaring me." "It is nothing." Nathan looks up at a black helicopter circling in the distant sky. "Just some filth that needs cleaning. This time, I'm going to show the entire underworld of River City who the real king is." In the abandoned industrial district slated for demolition, the air feels as heavy as lead. The black helicopter does not open fire. Instead, like a circling vulture, it loops twice and hovers above an abandoned building half a mile away. Nathan stands at an empty intersection, the cigarette between his fingers burned down to the filter. "Come out." He flicks the butt away. "You call yourselves the world's top assassin organization and you still hide in the shadows like rats?" Dead silence all around. Then, a faint whisper cuts through the air, like death itself letting out a sigh. If this were an ordinary man, that armor-piercing round would have blown his skull open by now. But Nathan is not ordinary. Through the lens of his golden eye, that bullet hurtling in at 3 times the speed of sound is dragging a long heat trail behind it, moving as slow as a snail. Nathan does not even move his feet. He just tilts his head slightly, the movement so small it is almost invisible. The bullet grazes his hair, slams into the concrete pillar behind him and punches a crater the size of a bowl. "Is that all you have got?" Nathan raises his head, his gaze piercing through 1,500 feet to lock onto the sniper hiding behind a billboard. Black Mamba. Nothing special. 1,500 feet away, on the rooftop of the abandoned building, the sniper code-named Viper peers through his night scope. The man is still standing in the exact same spot, and now he is flipping the middle finger straight at them. Cold sweat drenches Viper's combat suit. "Reporting, Captain. Primary target evaded. Repeat, he evaded. That was an M200 sniper rifle at 1,500 feet. How is that even possible?" "Shut up. Bravo team, Charlie team, move in. Close range kill. Do not give him a second to breathe." Copy that. The moment the order drops, 12 dark figures burst out of the shadows from every direction. They are in full exoskeleton tactical armor, carrying silenced tactical submachine guns and high-frequency vibration blades, moving in perfect sync like a pack of silent wolves, closing in on Nathan from all sides. Nathan stands at the center of the kill zone, not a trace of fear on his face. Instead, a flicker of bloodthirsty excitement. System, I want to buy something. S-class combat environment detected. System source smart recommendations activated. Absolute defense shield single use, 50 million, blocks all attacks short of a nuclear strike, lasts 10 minutes. Terminator T-800 trial card, 1 hour, 100 million. Bajiquan Grandmaster, permanent, 200 million. Telekinesis, beginner level, 500 million. I will take the Bajiquan. 200 million deducted. Uploading Bajiquan Grandmaster muscle memory. Upload complete. A terrifying wave of heat surges through Nathan's entire body. His bones crack like popcorn. His lean muscles tighten instantly. Every single fiber feels loaded with enough power to split a mountain. Right then, the two lead assassins arrive. Two high-frequency vibration blades glinting with cold light, one from the left, one from the right, aimed straight at Nathan's throat and heart. A cold voice whispers in their ears. Too slow. Bajiquan. Iron slam. Nathan does not even throw a punch. He just twitches his shoulder, then smashes into the assassin on his left. A sickening crunch echoes through the air. The man in full Kevlar body armor and exoskeleton plating flies backward as if hit head-on by a high-speed train, shooting through the air like a cannonball and crashing clean through a brick wall. The remaining 10 assassins screech to a halt, their eyes wide with pure terror. Open fire! Open fire! Do not let him get close! The captain screams into his headset. Muzzle flashes erupt everywhere. A storm of bullets pours toward Nathan like rain. But Nathan moves. With Bajiquan fueling his footwork, he weaves through the hail of bullets like a phantom bolt of lightning. His golden eye is pushed to its absolute limit. Every single bullet's trajectory appears in his vision as a clear, glowing line. The ones he cannot dodge, he reaches out. Nathan's fingers move at lightning speed and snatch a bullet right out of mid-air, pinching it between two fingers. Monster! He is a monster! Now it is my turn. Nathan drops the bullet and explodes forward. The next 3 minutes are a one-sided slaughter. Nathan moves like the Reaper's scythe. Wherever he passes, bodies drop. The raw power of Bajiquan is unleashed to its fullest. Heart-crushing elbow, Death God triple strike, sky-splitting cannon. Every move is simple, direct, yet loaded with devastating force. Exoskeleton armor crumbles like paper in front of him. One assassin tries to fire a rocket launcher, but before his finger even hits the trigger, Nathan kicks his arm clean off. The launcher drops to the ground and boom. It blasts the assassin into the sky. When the last killer is sent flying, the entire block falls silent once more. Nathan stands in the middle of a battlefield straight out of hell, his Armani suit without a single drop of blood. Only those deep eyes still burning with golden fire that has not yet faded. He lifts his gaze toward the top of the abandoned building. There is still one last big fish up there. On the rooftop, Viper's hands are shaking. He has spent 20 years as a mercenary. He has killed warlords in Africa, blown up oil fields in the Middle East. He has seen every kind of dangerous man there is. But someone who wipes out a fully armed elite squad bare-handed in 3 minutes? He has never even heard of such a thing. Retreat! Retreat now! Intel was wrong. This is not an S-class mission. This is a triple S suicide mission. Viper screams into his headset, scrambling toward the zipline to escape. The instant he turns around, you came all this way. Why not stay for some tea? He rips the Desert Eagle from his thigh holster and fires without hesitation. The shot rings out. But Nathan is gone. The next second, Viper feels a chill on his wrist, followed by searing pain. His right hand, still gripping the Desert Eagle, drops to the ground. The cut is smooth as glass. And standing before him, Nathan is toying with a thin piece of rusty metal stained with blood. It is a scrap of aluminum can he picked up off the ground. A flick of the wrist that kills. Viper clutches his severed wrist, screaming, and collapses to his knees. His eyes are filled with despair and terror. Do not kill me! I am the head of Black Mamba's entire Asian division. If you kill me, Black Mamba will hunt you to the ends of the earth. Nathan looks down at him like an insect. Threatening me? You know what I hate the most? People threatening me with things I have more of than I can count. Like money. Nathan pulls out his phone and opens a new interface. It is the dark web all-seeing eye just unlocked by the system. Black Mamba. Secret organization. Headquarters an island in international waters, Pacific Ocean. Total assets approximately 30 billion. Current leader, codename, Venom King. True identity, illegitimate son of a fallen European noble family. How do you know all this? This is top-level classified. System, redeem Hand of God hacking upgraded. Hack into Black Mamba headquarters. Freeze all funds. Also, send every assassin a brand new bounty. 3 seconds later, Viper's encrypted communicator starts buzzing like mad. And it is not just him. At this very moment, over 3,000 Black Mamba assassins scattered across the globe simultaneously receive a top priority red alert. Maximum bounty. Target the entire Wu family. Priority targets Victor and his father Warren. Client codename God. Bounty $1 billion. Bonus clause, whoever takes Warren's head becomes the next leader of Black Mamba. The current leader, Venom King, has been bought out by God for $50 billion. The organization has been renamed Divine Wrath, Viper mutters to himself, his entire worldview crumbling. He never in his wildest dreams imagined someone could just buy an entire assassin organization. What, you do not believe it? If not, check your bank account. As a welcome gift, I just sent every living assassin $1 million. Viper's phone buzzes. Deposit notification, $1 million. In this moment, the way Viper looks at Nathan changes completely. No longer fear, but fanatical devotion. B-boss! He slams his forehead to the ground, banging it so hard the floor shakes. I was blind. I will walk through fire for you, boss. That old dog Warren, I will go kill him right now. Your hand is gone. You are useless. I do not keep dead weight. Viper's face turns to ash. However, Nathan switches tone. I have a pill. Take it, and your hand will grow back. Plus, your strength will triple. It is a regeneration pill. 50 million in the system store. But the pill is poisoned. You will need an antidote every 3 months. If you ever betray me, I will take it. Viper snatches the pill without a second thought and swallows it whole. Then the impossible happens. New flesh begins crawling across Viper's severed wrist, visibly stopping the bleeding, scabbing over, and regenerating. A miracle. This is a miracle! Viper weeps. Nathan turns around and walks toward the edge of the building. Clean up the bodies. I do not want to see a single news story about a shootout tomorrow. Also, tell everyone. The Wu family? I am going to take my time with them. Do not finish them off all at once. Cut their funding first, then cut their connections. And in the end, I want them on their knees at the front door of Shen Group headquarters, begging to live but not allowed to die. Yes, sir. After tonight, the Wu family will be permanently erased from the underworld. Nathan leaps off the building, dropping 30 stories. Mid-air, he activates the newly redeemed anti-gravity glider, soaring through the dark like a giant black bat and vanishing into the night. Half an hour later, Serena's private mansion. Every light is on. In the living room, Serena is curled up on the couch, hugging a pillow. The TV is on, but she is not watching. Beside her, Candy has fallen asleep, tear tracks still on her cheeks. Nathan, please be safe. Serena presses her hands together in silent prayer. Just then, the front door chimes with a fingerprint unlock. Welcome home. Serena springs off the couch, not even stopping to put on shoes, and runs barefoot to the door. The door opens. Sorry I am late. Passed by the night market and found a great crawfish place. Pick some up. 13 spice flavor. Nathan! Serena loses all composure, throwing herself straight into Nathan's arms, wrapping her arms around his waist. Tears instantly soaking through his shirt. Where did you go? Do you have any idea how worried I was? I heard the helicopters. I thought, silly. Did I not tell you? Just some filth that needed cleaning. He looks up at the sky through the window. The storm clouds have cleared, revealing a bright full moon. From now on, the night in River City answers to me. No one will ever hurt you again. Nathan, who are you, really? Nathan leans down and kisses the tears from the corner of her eyes. I am your ultra-rich man, and your knight. At the same time, on the other side of River City, in the Wu family mansion, Warren, chairman of Wu Corporation, is sitting in his study, anxiously waiting for good news. Why has there been no reply? What is that useless Viper doing? Warren crushes his cigar into the ashtray. Suddenly, the study door bursts open. The butler stumbles in, face white with terror. Master! Something terrible has happened! What are you panicking about? Is the sky falling? Warren roars. The butler hands over a tablet with trembling hands. The sky really has fallen. Look, the dark web is covered with bounties on our family. Our stock just crashed. Every share dropped 90% in pre-market trading, and a dozen major shareholders just called at the same time to pull out. What? Warren grabs the tablet. One look, and the room starts spinning. He coughs up a mouthful of blood. On the dark web's front page hangs his own enlarged photo. Below it, a line of blood-red text, Global Hunt. Target, the entire Wu clan. Bounty, $1 billion. Who did this? Warren screams like a dying animal. Just then the study phone rings. An unknown number. Warren answers with shaking hands. From the other end comes a voice disguised by a modulator, yet still dripping with bone-chilling cold. Good evening, Chairman. I hear you hired Black Mamba to kill me. Too bad. Black Mamba answers to me now. Enjoy your last night. When the sun rises tomorrow, it will be the end of the Wu family. The line goes dead. The phone slips from Warren's hand. He collapses into his chair, eyes hollow. Outside the window, the brilliant lights that once belonged to the Wu Empire now look like lanterns lighting the road to hell. River City mornings are usually busy and orderly, but today, the air across the entire city crackles with a suffocating madness. It all traces back to the mysterious organization called Divine Wrath. Last night's dark web bounty. $1 billion. Enough money to buy half a small country, and it has set the entire global underworld on fire. WU Corporation headquarters. This glass skyscraper, once a symbol of River City's ultimate power, is now completely surrounded, but the crowd at the gates is not reporters or workers demanding wages. It is clusters of hard-eyed strangers with suspicious bulges under their jackets. Top floor. Chairman's office. Warren looks like he has aged 10 years overnight. He slumps in his $1 million rosewood chair, hair a mess, eyes bloodshot, clutching a satellite phone. Hello? Mayor, it is me, Warren. I am not asking for much. Please just send someone to protect me. What? Bad signal? Hello? Hello? Warren hurls the satellite phone at the floor-to-ceiling window. Bang. The bulletproof glass cracks with a white mark reflecting the swarm of ant-like figures gathered below. Just then, the heavy mahogany office door is kicked open from outside. The person who walks in is not a killer but his secretary. Except right now, this woman who used to obey his every command is stone cold, carrying a cardboard box. Chairman, here is your resignation letter. The secretary throws a piece of paper in Warren's face. I already printed it for you. Oh, and the entire finance department has quit. You dare rebel? I am the chairman. I am not dead yet. Chairman, stop dreaming. Wu Corporation stock is worth less than toilet paper now. The banks have frozen every asset. You owe 3 months of utility bills on this building alone. You are a walking liability. Who is going to recognize you as chairman? The secretary walks out without looking back, grabbing the solid gold pen holder off the desk on her way out. Get back here! Put my pen holder down! Warren screams and tries to chase after her, but 2 massive bodyguards block the door. These are the men he had hired at top dollar. One of them chews his gum. Save your energy, Chairman. The only reason we are still here is because someone paid us more. Our job is to watch you and make sure you do not hurt yourself. Who is it? The bodyguards say nothing. They simply step aside, respectfully clearing a path. From the end of the hallway comes the sound of unhurried footsteps. Leather shoes on marble, each step ringing out crisp and clear, every click landing right on the hearts of father and son. A young man in a tailored navy blue suit, arm in arm with a stunningly elegant woman, strolls in like he owns the place. Behind him follows a small army of suited professionals, each one carrying a briefcase. They look like a full-scale acquisition team. Morning, Chairman. Nathan walks into the office, scanning the over-the-top luxury, and his eyes land on Warren's pale face. So this is the richest man in River City's office? The taste is a bit tacky. Nathan casually picks up a golden toed ornament from the desk, weighs it with a look of disgust, and tosses it into the trash. Warren glares at the man in front of him, hatred practically spilling from his eyes. Nathan! It was you! You posted the bounty! You demon! What do you want? Even killers draw a line! What you are doing is illegal! Nathan pulls up a chair for Serena and leans lazily against the edge of the desk. When you sent assassins to kill me last night, did you think about the law? Rules for me but not for thee? Nathan snaps his fingers. One of the attorneys steps forward, opens his briefcase, and pulls out a thick stack of documents, spreading them out in front of Warren. Chairman, allow me to introduce myself. I am Nathan's lead attorney. This is a complete asset transfer agreement for WU Corporation. Based on our calculations, WU Corporation currently carries $23 billion in debt. Due to force majeure, the current valuation stands at negative $5 billion. By all rights, this company should be in bankruptcy liquidation. However, my client Nathan, out of the goodness of his heart, is willing to acquire it. Acquire? How much are you offering? As long as you cancel the bounty, I will give you the whole company. All of it. Nathan smiles and holds up one finger. 100 billion? Nathan shakes his head. 10 billion? Warren grits his teeth. Nathan shakes his head again. 100 million? Warren's heart sinks to rock bottom. Nathan drops a smile. He reaches into his pocket and pulls out a coin. It is a rusty 1-cent coin that went out of circulation years ago. Clink. The coin spins on the desk, scraping out a sharp grating sound. It finally topples in front of Warren. 1 cent. For 3 generations of everything the Wu family has built. This building, every property, every car, every stock under your name, even the suit on your back. Warren spits blood and slams the desk. This is outrageous. I would rather burn it all, give it to beggars before I give it to you. Burn it. Nathan's eyes go ice cold. Go ahead and try. But let me remind you, 3,000 bounty hunters downstairs are getting restless. If I cancel the capture alive order, what do you think happens when they storm in? Warren goes rigid. Dad, sign it. I want to live. I do not want to die. Victor breaks down completely, crawling over to cling to Warren's leg, sobbing with snot and tears running everywhere. Looking at his son's pathetic state, the last light in Warren's eyes goes out. Warren picks up the pen with a trembling hand. Nathan, you are ruthless. The moment his pen hits paper, he feels his soul drain out. A lifetime's empire, sold for 1 cent to a man he once considered less than an insect. A delivery boy. Serena. Like your gift? Nathan picks up the signed contract and hands it straight to Serena. Serena holds the heavy document. This was the corporate titan that nearly destroyed the Shen family. And now, just like that, it sits in his pocket. Nathan, this is too much. Serena feels like she is dreaming. Hey, we are family. No need to keep score. Besides, I am too lazy to run this junk company. From now on, you are the chairman of Wu Corporation. Actually, no, it is now called Shen Group Subsidiary 1. Nathan pats Warren on the shoulder, like comforting a stray dog with nowhere to go. All right, wipe that look off your face. To celebrate the acquisition, I have decided to take you both out for a little life experience. Experience what? Warren has a sinking feeling. Shopping. Nathan snaps his fingers. System, activate ultra-rich humiliation shopping mode. Peak satisfaction storyline detected. Mission issued, take the former richest man shopping. Requirements, buy everything the Wu family always wanted but never dared to buy, and force them to carry the bags. 1 hour later. River City's biggest luxury car dealership. The showroom holds the world's finest automobiles. This used to be Victor's favorite place to show off, but he only ever dared look at the entry-level models worth a few million. As for the Bugatti voice of the night in the center of the showroom, priced at 120 million, he never even dared to touch it. But today he is here. As a bag carrier. Victor, in a torn shirt and drenched in sweat, trails behind Nathan. Warren shuffles along behind them, head bowed, like a broken servant. Victor, this car look familiar? Nathan points at the Bugatti, a knowing smirk on his face. I heard you begged your dad for half a year to buy this one, and he still said no. Victor swallows hard, eyes full of longing and envy. Yes. Like it? Yes. Then take a good long look. Nathan walks to the car and taps the hood, because from now on you will only ever drive it in your dreams. Then Nathan turns to the sales manager. Charge it, full amount, no test drive, just hand me the keys. Yes, sir! The manager's hands are shaking with excitement. Nathan takes the keys, then, under Victor's devastated gaze, casually tosses them to Blade standing behind him. Blade, this car is yours now. Take it to the grocery store from now on. Stop driving that beat-up van. It is embarrassing. The entire showroom turns to stone. $120 million Bugatti, a grocery car, given to a bodyguard. Blade cradles the keys, tears streaming down his face, and drops to his knees on the spot. Boss! You are my everything! My life belongs to you from now on! Victor's gut is churning worse than ever. His dream car, just tossed to a former street thug like spare change. Hold on, we are not done yet. Nathan keeps walking. That Rolls-Royce? Sold. That Ferrari LaFerrari? The color is too flashy. Repaint it black. And those Aston Martins over there? One for each of my company's cleaning ladies. Makes their commute easier. In just 30 minutes, Nathan sweeps through the entire dealership. Total spending $800 million. Warren and Victor trail behind, arms overflowing with luxury car gift bags, car covers and perfume, exhausted like two dying dogs. Every time Nathan swipes his card, their hearts seize. Nathan, please stop buying. We were wrong. Just give us a quick end. Warren finally breaks, collapsing to his knees, wailing. Nathan stops and turns to look at the father and son. A quick end? When you kicked me out of the Yi family and left me delivering food in a thunderstorm, did you give me a quick end? Nathan's eyes turn ice cold. I told you. I would make you beg to live but not be allowed to die. Blade, take these two to the police station. Tell the chief to set them up in a luxury cell, and find them some friendly cellmates to keep them company. I hear Victor has such smooth skin. He should be very popular. Understood. Do not worry, Victor. I know how things work in there. Blade grins and drags the Wu father and son out like dead weight. No! Nathan, you cannot do this! We are practically family! I was wrong! Victor's desperate screams echo through the showroom, then slowly fade to nothing. With the Wu family dealt with, Nathan lets out a long breath. What is wrong? Not happy? Serena walks up beside him, gently taking his arm. No, just a little bored. Nathan gazes at the busy street outside. The Wu family fell too fast. No challenge at all. Serena laughs. If anyone else heard you say that, they would kill you. That was the Wu family. They used to run this city. The sky has changed. Nathan takes her hand. Come on. I want to take you somewhere. Where? To see your new office. Top floor of the Wu Corporation building. The view is incredible. Perfect for a romantic conversation. Just as the two are about to leave, Nathan's phone rings. An encrypted number with no traceable origin. Nathan frowns slightly and picks up. From the other end comes an aged but powerful voice, carrying the authority of someone who has held power for decades. Young man, I must say, you have been making quite a stir in River City. Nathan's eyes narrow. Who are you? Who I am does not matter, the old man says calmly. What matters is you touch the Wu family. Warren may be a worthless mutt, but he is still my dog. You should check who holds the leash before you kick the dog. Ah, beat the dog and the owner shows up. So, you want to post a bounty too? Nathan shows no fear. If anything, he sounds excited. Finally, a real opponent. Bounties, I do not play such crude games. A hint of mockery lines the old man's voice. Young man, you may have some money and some skill, but in the face of real power, money is just numbers, and muscle is just brute force. I am the steward of the Liu family in the capital. My young master is very interested in what you have in your possession. The ultra-rich system, or rather your ability to conjure money out of thin air. Nathan's pupils contract sharply. They know about the system. A word of advice, the old man continues. In 3 days, the Liu family will send people to River City to take over what is left of the Wu Empire. When that happens, I suggest you play it smart and hand over what you have got. Otherwise, you will learn what real despair feels like. The line goes dead. Nathan stands still, phone in hand, silent for a long time. The Liu family of the capital. The nation's true apex dynasty, a legendary force that controls the economic lifelines of the entire country. Compared to the Liu family, the Wu family really was nothing more than a dog. And worse, they seem to have caught wind of the system. Nathan, what is wrong? Who was that? Serena senses something is off, and asks with concern. Nathan snaps back. The gravity in his eyes vanishes in an instant, replaced by an even fiercer fire for battle. Nothing. Just some old man who thinks too highly of himself. Nathan slips the phone back into his pocket and looks north, toward the capital. Serena, looks like our vacation is over. The next round of this game might get a little intense. System, Nathan calls out in his mind. Detected. Player is facing precursor to a world-class crisis. System upgrade mission triggered. Rise of the ultra-rich. Mission objective, before the Liu family arrives, elevate all assets, power, combat strength, and connections to sovereign tier. Current rewards, Future Tech Arms Factory Blueprint 1 copy. Death Soldier Summon, recruit 100 absolutely loyal Gene soldiers. Unlimited cash flow mode, for 24 hours all spending, regardless of amount, will not be deducted. Instead, every purchase returns double. When he hears the third reward, Nathan laughs. A wild, reckless laugh. An absolutely unhinged laugh. Unlimited cash flow. Double rebate. The Liu family, huh? You want to play economic warfare? Then I will blow a crater through your precious capital with cash. Nathan grabs Serena's hand and strides toward the Bugatti he just bought. Let's go. Time to spend. Tonight, I am going to double this entire city's GDP. The Caesar Palace cruise ship. This is tonight's venue for the Century Charity Gala. On the surface, it is charity, but in reality, it is a power play between Western capital and domestic elites. The host is the Rothschild family, and the CO host? The Liu family of the capital. The scale tonight dwarfs anything before. The guests are no longer small-time River City businessmen but Wall Street titans, European aristocrats, and the heirs of the nation's most powerful families. When Nathan's black Hongqi L9 rolls to a stop at the end of the red carpet, a storm of camera flashes erupts. Nathan steps out with Serena on his arm, dressed to the nines. Tonight she is wearing the starlight gown, personally designed by Nathan. Made from system-redeemed future materials, the hem shimmers as she moves, as if an entire galaxy is flowing across the fabric, instantly outshining every Hollywood actress and socialite in the room. So that is Nathan. I heard he built a 6th-generation engine. Is that even real? He crossed both the Rothschilds and the Liu family. Tonight is probably a trap disguised as a feast. The whispers never stop. Nathan ignores every one of them, leading Serena straight into the ballroom. The hall glitters with gold, but at its very center sits a massive display platform, draped in red cloth, surrounded by armed foreign bodyguards. That is tonight's grand finale. A cold voice comes from the side. A middle-aged man in a traditional silk jacket approaches, rolling 2 iron balls in his hand. Behind him trails Landon, face twisted with hatred, and Henry, who Nathan had just humiliated. This man is the Liu family's second-in-command, Landon's uncle, known as the Smiling Tiger. Lucius. Nathan, I have heard so much about you. Lucius gives a thin smile and a mock bow. I am Lucius. I hear my useless nephew received quite a bit of your hospitality in River City. Hospitality is a strong word, Nathan says flatly. I just fixed his car for him, and taught him some manners along the way. Landon lunges forward, but Lucius holds him back. Young man, a sharp tongue is nice, but some things cannot be protected by words alone. Lucius points at the display platform. Tonight's auction was arranged by Henry specifically for you. I hope your wallet is as tough as your mouth. The 3 of them share a knowing laugh and turn toward the VIP section. What are they planning? Serena has a bad feeling. Whatever they are planning. Nathan's eyes go cold. Tonight, they will not take a single cent home. The gala begins. After a long round of speeches, the main event finally arrives, the auction. The first few lots are jewelry and paintings. Expensive, but Nathan does not bid on any of them. He is waiting for the grand finale. Finally, Henry takes the stage. His face is lit with the thrill of revenge, his eyes locked on Nathan below. Tonight's final lot is a national treasure of the Empire, lost overseas for a century. He rips off the red cloth. The entire room gasps. Inside the case is a mud-stained yet magnificently imposing bronze dragon head, one of the 12 zodiac fountainheads, the most mysterious of all, its whereabouts unknown until now. This dragon head was obtained by our family as a war trophy during a certain conflict a century ago. Henry deliberately emphasizes the words war trophy. For every citizen of the Empire in the room, it is a raw, naked humiliation. Starting bid, $1 billion. Minimum raise, $100 million. Henry stares down at Nathan with a smirk. Nathan, I hear you are a patriotic businessman. Now is your chance to prove it. If you do not buy it, this dragon head will be sent to a museum tomorrow, permanently labeled as a testament to the conquest of the East. The audience erupts. Shameless, this is robbery. This is a slap in our face. Every eye turns to Nathan. It is a dead-end trap. Buy, and he becomes a cash cow bleeding money to Western capital. Refuse and the national treasure is humiliated forever. Lucius sneers from the side. Nathan, why so quiet? Where is all that unlimited money of yours? Where is that patriotic spirit? Do not tell me you are a coward. Nathan slowly rises to his feet. He straightens his suit buttons, his gaze calm as he looks up at Henry. $1 billion? Nathan raises his paddle. I bid $100 billion. Dead silence. $100 billion. Even Henry freezes. He had only planned to squeeze a few dozen billion out of Nathan, but this man just multiplied it by 10. Nathan, you have lost your mind. Serena tugs at his sleeve. This is their trap. If you give them the money, they will recover everything. Relax. Nathan pats her hand. Whether they get the money is not up to them. On stage, Henry snaps back to reality, his heart racing with joy. With $100 billion, the family crisis would not just be solved, they would turn a massive profit. $100 billion, going once, $100 billion going twice. Sold! Henry slams the gavel without hesitation. Nathan, please transfer immediately. We only accept instant settlement through the SWIFT network. He had already set the trap. The moment Nathan's funds enter the SWIFT network, Henry would use his access to swallow the money, then freeze the transaction under anti-money laundering laws. In the end, no treasure and no refund. Robbery at its finest. Nathan pulls out his black card and hands it to the attendant. The big screen displays the transfer interface. Just as the entire room holds its breath, waiting for that astronomical sum to go through, the screen suddenly flickers and turns blood red. Warning, transaction failed. Error code 404. Your bank has been acquired. What? Henry is dumbfounded. What do you mean acquired? This is Atlantic Union Bank, my family's own bank. Nathan stands below, hands in his pockets, flashing a brilliant smile. Sorry about that, Henry. Just 1 minute before the auction started, this $100 billion completed a hostile takeover of Atlantic Union Bank on the U.S. secondary market. In other words, Nathan points at the card reader, I am now moving my own money from my left pocket to my right, inside my own bank. And you, as the former shareholder of this bank, are now under investigation for massive financial fraud and embezzlement of depositor funds. Nathan snaps his fingers. The ballroom doors burst open. A squad in Interpol uniforms storms in. The lead officer holds up a red notice. Henry Rothschild, you are under arrest for market manipulation, money laundering, and commercial fraud. What? No, this is impossible. Henry watches the officers close in, completely falling apart. I am a Rothschild. I have immunity. Lucius, save me, Lucius. He turns to Lucius. But Lucius is already sitting stone-faced, frozen in his chair, unable to move a muscle, because he can feel several red laser dots locked dead center between his eyes. Shadow Legion snipers. Take him away. Nathan waves his hand. Henry is dragged out like a dead dog. The dragon head remains on stage. Nathan walks up, lifting the heavy bronze dragon head with one hand. War trophy? Nathan looks out at the stunned foreign capitalists, his voice booming like thunder. From today on, the tables have turned. Everything that belongs to us I will take back, one by one, whether I buy it or take it by force. The crowd below explodes with thunderous applause and cheering. Countless businessmen weep openly. In this moment, a century of suppressed humiliation finally pours out. Serena gazes at the man on stage, radiant with power. Her eyes are filled with devotion. This is her man, taking on the world single-handedly and winning. But right as the room celebrates, a system alert unlike any before rings in Nathan's head. Detected. Player has completed the crush, the old capital achievement. System performing ultimate upgrade. Upgrade complete. Ultra-rich system 3.0. Plane sovereign mode activated. New features unlocked. Plane store, no longer limited to Earth technology. Level 1 cosmic civilization tech now available. Antimatter energy. Gene lock serum. Spatial folding tech. Sovereign domain. Absolute authority to modify the laws of physics within 100 meters of the player. Gravity doubling. Time freeze. 1 second. Final mission initiated. Global purge of the old order. Nathan's eyes blaze with intensity as he reads the new abilities. So much energy leaking from his body that the air around him ripples visibly. Plane sovereign. Just then, Lucius suddenly rises to his feet. He looks at Nathan not with fear, but with a twisted smile. Nathan. Bravo. Truly bravo. Lucius claps slowly as he approaches. So the rumors are true. You really do have that thing. We were planning to let you live, use you as a money printing tool. But now, you have grown beyond control. Lucius pulls out a black remote control. Know what this is? This entire Caesar Palace cruise ship has been rigged with 3 tons of liquid explosives. One press, and no matter how much money you have, no matter what black tech you possess, everything turns to ash in an instant. Nathan, hand over the system. Or let every elite on the ship, including the woman you love, go down with you. The cheering dies instantly. Serena goes pale. You are insane, Lucius. There are hundreds of innocent people on this ship. Lucius throws his head back in laughter. Greatness demands sacrifice. As long as I get the ultra-rich system, a few hundred lives is nothing. Even 10,000 would be worth it. Nathan, get on your knees, strip the system out of yourself. Or I press it. Lucius rests his finger on the red button. Nathan looks at him like a clown putting on a show. Time freeze. Nathan whispers 4 words. Sovereign domain activated. Time freeze. 1 second. The entire world drains to gray. Spit frozen in midair. Terrified faces locked in place. The ocean waves suspended. Even Lucius's finger, mid-press, completely frozen in time. In that instant, Nathan moves. He strolls over to Lucius as casually as if walking through a garden, plucks the remote from his hand, then flips his wrist and slaps Lucius clean across the face. Time snaps back. Lucius blinks. The remote is gone. Then half his face erupts in searing pain. He spins on the spot like a top, 3 full rotations. Teeth fly out mixed with blood. Lucius clutches his face and stares in horror at Nathan, standing a few meters away, casually tossing the remote up and down. What are you, human or ghost? How did you do that? What just happened? Nathan crushes the remote in his fist. Fragments rain to the floor. I told you, within this domain, I am God. Nathan walks up to Lucius, looking down at this man who once thought he was untouchable. It is time for the Liu family to take their final bow. This ship will not sink tonight, but the Liu family ship, already at the bottom of the ocean. Tonight's gala continues. But the next act is a trial, colluding with foreign powers. Attempted murder, planting bombs in a public venue. Evidence confirmed. Dragon 1, throw him overboard. Yes, sir. Nathan, you would not dare. I am part of the Liu family. My brother is... Splash. A massive body of water swallows Lucius whole, ending every last one of his threats. The water is freezing. Bottomless. Just like Nathan's eyes right now. He looks north. The Liu family's last card has been played. Next stop, the capital, to collect the biggest debt of all. Serena walks to his side, gripping his hand tightly. Her palms are still trembling, but her eyes are steel. I am going with you. Nathan squeezes her hand back, looking at the dragon head that symbolizes sovereignty. Good. What we are going to take back is not just justice. It is also a new era that belongs to us. Late autumn in the capital, bleak and biting. At the foot of the western hills sits the Liu family estate. This compound has witnessed the rise and fall of 3 dynasties, standing firm through countless power struggles, a colossus that never fell. But today, an unprecedented wave of fear hangs over it. The sky is choked with dark clouds, so low they seem close enough to touch. Inside the Liu family's main hall, the Hall of Loyalty, the tension is suffocating. The current patriarch, the man whose every footstep once made the capital tremble, old Magnus, now sits in his grand oak chair, but the 2 walnut balls he has been spinning for half a lifetime have been crushed to dust in his grip. Kneeling before him is Landon, who just fled back home. On both sides of the hall sit 7 or 8 men with restrained auras, their temples bulging with power. These men are the Liu family's deepest reserve, the 18 masters, every single one a grandmaster of ancient martial arts. Grandfather, Uncle Lucius was thrown into the river to feed the fish. Landon is still shaking uncontrollably. Magnus swings his cane down. Worthless fool, boosting the enemy's morale and crushing our own. Magnus rises. Though well past 80, the killing intent forged through mountains of corpses still makes the blood run cold. Sorcery? There is no such thing as sorcery. It is just some unknown advanced technology. He scans the room, his eyes sharp as a hawk's. The Liu family has stood in this capital for 100 years. We have weathered every storm. Not even the invasion of 8 nations a century ago could bring us down. What makes this upstart think he can? Hear my command. Magnus slams his cane. The floor tiles crack on impact. Activate the Skynet defense grid. The laser defense array we bought from Blackwater for 20 billion. It can intercept cruise missiles. All masters hear me. Hold the inner courtyard. If that man takes 1 step through our gates, kill on sight. A flash of mad resolve crosses Magnus's eyes. Release the thing from the forbidden zone. If he wants to play with inhuman methods, I will show him what a real monster looks like. At the mention of the thing, every one of the 8 grandmasters changes expression at once, their eyes filled with deep unease, even fear. Right then, a deep rumble rolls across the sky above, but it sounds nothing like natural thunder. It is more like a massive engine compressing the atmosphere at low altitude, creating a sonic boom. Everyone in the Liu estate instinctively rushes outside and looks up. The next second, every single pupil contracts. The thick storm clouds above are ripped open as if by a giant invisible hand. A jet-black vessel, shaped like a drawn sword, hovers silently above the Liu compound. It blots out the sky, casting a massive shadow over every soul below. No propellers. No jet engines. It just hangs there, motionless, defying every law of physics. This is the Skyfall, the interstellar shuttle redeemed from the system store. Budget edition. Sure, it is the budget model, but for intimidating primitives on Earth, it is more than enough. What is that? Landon collapses to the ground, a puddle forming beneath him. He is Nathan's weapon. He is an alien. He really is an alien. Magnus's hands are shaking too, but he forces out one last breath and screams into the radio. Air defense team, open fire. Shoot it down. The decorative rock formations around the compound crack open, revealing 4 sci-fi laser turrets and 6 surface-to-air missile launchers. Fire erupts skyward. 6 heat-seeking missiles streak upward, trailing long tails of fire screaming toward the black warship. 4 high-energy laser beams follow, slicing through the air like the blades of death itself, aimed at the ship's belly. This is the Liu family's last stand. Enough firepower to destroy a modern armored division. And yet, in the face of this apocalyptic barrage, the black ship does not even raise its shields. A faint blue glow appears at the bow. System command, activate physics override, kinetic nullification. Something impossible happens. The 6 missiles, screaming in at 3 times the speed of sound, suddenly lose all momentum 100 meters from the ship, like fireworks running out of fuel. They hang for a split second, then plummet straight down. The missiles crash into the courtyard, the gardens, the koi pond. The explosions swallow the Liu family's entire air defense system. As for the 4 laser beams, they hit the ship's hull like flashlights bouncing off a mirror, reflecting straight back. The 4 laser turrets are instantly melted into pools of molten iron by their own beams. In a single exchange, the Liu family's $20 billion defense line destroys itself. The smoke clears. The compound is in ruins. Rubble and groaning bodyguards everywhere. Magnus stands at the entrance to the Hall of Loyalty, his face caked in dust, eyes blank. His precious Skynet gone. Just like that. Then the ship's belly slowly opens a hatch. 2 figures leap from 1,000 meters up. No parachute, no glider. Pure free fall. They are insane. That is suicide. One of the masters screams. But 10 meters from the ground, the 2 figures suddenly defy inertia, decelerate, and land softly on the earth without raising a speck of dust. Nathan. And Serena. Nathan wears a black overcoat, the same casual suit he wore back in River City underneath. Serena is in a sharp white tactical suit, carrying the case that holds the dragon head. The 2 stand side by side in the center of the ruined compound, like a pair of gods descending to the mortal world. Magnus. Nice to finally meet you. Nathan looks up at Magnus on the steps above, the old man seeming to have aged a decade in an instant. Nathan's lips curl into a faint smile. Not a bad entrance, huh? Magnus points at Nathan, choking on a mouthful of blood. Nathan, this is the capital. You dare use heavy weapons on a private residence? This is treason. Attack? Nathan shrugs. Oops, It was clearly your Liu family hoarding illegal weapons. Mishandled them and blew yourselves up. I am just a concerned citizen who rushed over to help. Nathan snaps his fingers. Dragon 1, send the footage to the security bureau. Yes, sir. Dragon 1's voice rings through the air. Everything that just happened has already been recorded by the ship's holographic cameras. Indeed, the Liu family fired first, then their own missiles fell and blew up their own base. Nathan did not even lift a finger. You are shameless, Magnus shakes with rage. Compared to what the Liu family has done, I have barely scratched the surface. Nathan's expression turns cold. He steps forward. Masters, kill him, Magnus screams. The 8 grandmasters who had been watching exchange glances. Nathan's entrance was terrifying, sure. But as warriors, their pride refuses to believe any mortal is truly unkillable. Boy, do not get cocky. Iron Sand Palm, a hulking elder roars, shatters the ground beneath his feet and rockets toward Nathan like a cannonball. 2 palms black as iron, trailing a gust of death, slam down toward Nathan's skull. A strike that could split stone. Nathan does not even glance at him. System ability, gravity amplification, 100 times. Kneel. Nathan whispers 2 words. The Grandmaster, still midair, is suddenly crushed by an invisible mountain. No resistance, no chance. His entire body slams into the earth with horrifying force. Not a kneel. A crash. His kneecaps shatter instantly. The ground caves into a crater. He is flattened at the bottom like a sticker pressed into concrete, knocked out cold. Dead silence. The remaining 7 Grandmasters screech to a halt, staring at the scene in pure horror. His word becomes law. What kind of power is that? Is he some kind of god? Anyone else? Nathan scans the group. I do not mind turning this place into a morgue. The 7 Grandmasters look at each other, then as if on cue, all step backward. And then they turn and run. Are you kidding me? That is clearly not something a human can fight. Honor is nice, but I choose living. Useless. All of you. Magnus watches his protectors scatter and nearly has a stroke. By now Nathan has reached the bottom of the steps to the Hall of Loyalty. He does not go in. Instead, he waves Serena forward. Serena, give it to him. Serena steps forward, sets the case on the ground, and opens it. The majestic bronze dragon head lies inside, its gaze seemingly judging this rotten dynasty. Magnus. Nathan's voice is cold as ice. This artifact was supposed to be your Liu family's tool, used alongside foreigners to humiliate our people. I have brought it back. I am leaving it here, but not as a gift. I want to teach you a lesson. Nathan climbs 1 step, staring Magnus down. Dragons are meant to be honored, not sold. The Liu family does not deserve to live in this house. Magnus looks at the dragon head, then at Nathan closing in. The fear in his eyes finally twists into desperate madness. Fine. Magnus lets out an owl-like shriek of laughter. Nathan, you think you have won? You think your technology makes you invincible? You do not know the truth about this world. Magnus rips a black bone whistle from his jacket, covered in eerie symbols, and blows it hard. A piercing, inhuman shriek tears through the mountain behind the estate. The ground begins to shake. A nauseating stench of rot pours out from the forbidden zone. A monstrous roar shakes the heavens. The rear wall collapses, and a creature, over 10 feet tall, covered in black scales with blood-red eyes, charges out on all 4s like a runaway tank. Wherever it passes, plants wither and stone corrodes. Serena's face changes. A bioweapon. Ha ha ha. Take a good look, Nathan, Magnus cackles. This is the Order's ultimate weapon, the Tyrant. Fused from ancient biological genes in a T-virus mutant strain, it feels no pain, its strength is limitless, and its body is laced with deadly venom. The Tyrant roars, locking onto Nathan, and lunges, its claws, strong enough to shred a tank, aimed straight at Nathan's face. Facing this bioweapon, Nathan's expression finally shifts. It is disgust. This is your trump card? Nathan shakes his head. Too ugly. The instant the Tyrant's claws are about to touch Nathan's nose, Nathan's right hand shoots up. No blinding flash, no dramatic glow. A blade simply appears in his hand, not a lightsaber. It is a high-frequency particle blade, basically a kitchen knife, a soft hiss, and Nathan's arm traces a graceful arc. Time seems to freeze in that instant. The Tyrant's massive body sails over Nathan's head and crashes to the ground behind him. No explosion, no gore, just a hair-thin red line appearing across the creature's waist. 1 second later, the so-called bulletproof, invincible ultimate weapon's upper half slowly slides off. The cut is smooth as glass. Even the cross-section of its internal organs is clearly visible, instantly cauterized by the extreme heat. Not a single drop of blood. An instant kill. A true instant kill. Magnus's mad laughter chokes off mid-breath. His mouth hangs open wide enough to fit a fist. He stares at the 2 twitching halves on the ground, his entire reality shattering. That was a billion-dollar monster built by the Order. A creature that could take a direct rocket hit. Sliced like a block of tofu. Nathan retracts the blade, dusts off his hands as if he just finished a chore, and walks over to the completely collapsed Magnus. He kicks away the dragon-headed cane, the symbol of the Patriarch's power. Got anything else? Nathan leans down, looking into Magnus's clouded, terror-filled eyes. If not, then it is time to settle the score. Years ago, the Liu family joined forces with the Wu family to destroy my father. You drove him to death, swallowed the Yi family's empire. How do we settle that? Just now you fired missiles at me. Tried to kill me and bury the evidence. How do we settle that? Magnus trembles, his lips quivering. I will pay. Every penny the Liu family has is yours. Hundreds of billions, all yours. Just spare my life. Money? Nathan laughs. Old man, you seem to have forgotten. Money is the one thing I will never run out of. Nathan stands tall and looks to the sky. The skyfall hovering overhead suddenly projects a massive holographic screen downward. On it, document after document of meticulously detailed evidence. The Liu family selling state secrets, financial records of stolen assets, recordings of assassinations of business rivals, even footage of Magnus ordering the illegal weapons fired just minutes ago. At the same time, every outdoor screen, phone, and computer across the capital is force hijacked, broadcasting all of it live. The city erupts. The entire nation shakes. No. Stop. Magnus stares at the screen, completely broken. This will destroy the Liu family's name forever, branded for eternity. Worse than death itself. Destroy the body, but annihilate the name. Nathan says it casually. Magnus, I am going to make you watch your precious 100-year legacy crumble under the weight of the people's contempt. Just then, from the distance comes the wail of sirens. This time it is not the Liu family's protectors. It is ordered from the very top. Fully armed special forces and a military tribunal enforcement squad. Magnus, you are charged with treason and crimes against humanity. You are hereby placed under arrest. Cold handcuffs click around Magnus's wrists. This titan who ruled for half a century finally bows his proud head. As he is loaded into the armored transport, he turns for one last look. Nathan is sitting in Magnus's grand oak chair, the throne of supreme power, Serena in his arms, the dragon head in his hand, raising a toast in his direction. The posture of a victor, the coronation of a new king. The Liu family has fallen. Fallen completely. With every core member of the Liu family arrested and their protectors purged, the entire power structure of the capital is reshuffled overnight, and Nathan becomes the one name nobody dares to speak. Late at night, with the Liu estate serving as Nathan's temporary base, Nathan stands at the cliff's edge behind the mountain, overlooking the glittering capital below. Serena drapes a coat over his shoulders. What are you thinking about? Your revenge is complete. Are you not happy? Nathan shakes his head, taking her hand. The Liu family is down, but it is not over. That monster, the tyrant, was the Order's handiwork. And this. Nathan pulls out the blackbone whistle he recovered from Magnus, his eyes grave. This whistle is not made from anything on Earth. It is carved from the bone of some kind of higher dimensional organism. It contains an energy signature even the system cannot fully analyze. The system just warned me. Earth's coordinates may have been exposed. Serena gasps. Exposed to whom? Nathan looks up at the vast sea of stars. The real predators. Right then, the system in Nathan's mind erupts with an alarm more urgent than any before. Warning, warning, plane barrier breach detected, abyss energy intrusion confirmed. Coordinates, center of the Pacific Ocean. Objective, seize the plane's sovereign core. Golden data streams go haywire in Nathan's pupils. He takes a deep breath and crushes the bone whistle in his fist. No time to rest. Serena, tell Dragon 1, Shadow Legion, full mobilization. And power up the Skyfall's entire weapons array. We are going to the Pacific. Some guests have traveled a very long way. I should go give them a proper welcome. The center of the Pacific Ocean, Point Nemo. The most remote stretch of ocean on Earth, known as the spacecraft graveyard. But today, this so-called Sea of Death is boiling like the fires of hell. 60,000 feet above, the pitch-black Skyfall hovers within the cloud layer, running optical stealth mode. Inside the cockpit, Nathan stands before the holographic display, looking down at the ocean below. Beside him, Serena wears a fitted nano combat suit. Even after witnessing all of Nathan's miracles, the data on the holographic screen right now still makes her scalp tingle. What is that? Is that an entire city? Serena points at the dense cluster of heat signatures. The screen shows that 3,000 meters beneath Point Nemo, a colossal pyramid-shaped structure glowing with an eerie green light towers over the ocean floor. Its scale exceeds River City. Countless submarines and underwater mechs swarm around it like worker ants. This is the true headquarters of the Order, the shadowy Western organization, the Atlantis Fortress. They buried themselves deep. Nathan studies the massive pyramid, his eyes gleaming. System analysis shows the base's energy core is performing some kind of high-dimensional spatial resonance. They are summoning something. Summoning what? The tyrant was just the guard dog. What they are summoning this time is the dog's master. Just then Dragon 1's voice comes through the neural link. Boss, they have spotted us. Sea surface defenses are going hot. Before he finishes, the once calm ocean surface erupts violently. The water splits open. 12 massive metal pillars, each over 30 feet wide, shoot up from the sea and pierce the sky. Blinding beams of high-energy particle light weave together into an impenetrable net of death, instantly locking onto the Skyfall hidden in the clouds. Warning. High-energy strike detected. Energy equivalent. Nuclear class. The ship's ice creams. Finally showing yourselves? Nathan's lips curl into a fierce grin. If they want to play Star Wars, I will show them what a real strike from another dimension looks like. System. Redeem planetary orbital cannon. Eye of God. One-time trial. Funds deducted. Celestial-grade weapon in position. Nathan raises his hand, pressing down gently toward the ocean below. God said, "Let there be light." 20,000 miles away in orbit, a massive tungsten kinetic weapon platform, disguised as a weather satellite, shifts its orientation. A 20-foot-long, multi-ton high-density tungsten rod launches from its electromagnetic rail at 20 times the speed of sound, hurtling toward Earth. The atmosphere rips apart. Friction superheats the rod into a falling sun. Seconds later, on the Pacific surface, the 12 pillars still spewing death beams, along with 10 kilometers of ocean in every direction, are vaporized in an instant by a pillar of annihilation falling from the heavens. A delayed shockwave shatters eardrums hundreds of miles away. A 300-foot tsunami erupts outward in all directions, and that deep-sea Atlantis fortress's energy shield flickers violently under the blow, like a candle in a hurricane, on the verge of going out. Inside the fortress, the core council chamber. This hall is enormous. Its walls are carved with unspeakable ancient god totems. 12 figures in crimson robes and golden masks sit around a circular table. They are the Order's supreme authority, the 12 of Truth. Right now, these puppet masters who normally pull the strings of global finance, wars, and plagues are watching the ceiling crumble above them, gripped by a panic they have never known. The Rod of God. That is the Rod of God, one elder shrieks. That is a weapon that only exists in theory. How can Nathan possibly have it? Is he an observer from a higher civilization? We must accelerate the ritual, the Grand Elder at the head seat rasps. Beneath his mask, half his face is rotting, black tentacles squirming across it. Only by summoning the Abyss Lord can we survive. Even if it means sacrificing the entire planet, we must preserve our immortality. Begin the sacrifice. All 12 elders slash their wrists at once, dripping blood into a black vortex at the center of the table. As the blood pours in, the vortex spins faster and faster. A wave of sickening evil energy erupts, punching straight through the fortress walls and rocketing to the surface. Above the ocean, Nathan wrinkles his nose. Disgusting. He can feel it. Deep below, something supremely evil is waking up, and that energy does not belong to Earth. It carries a hunger that devours everything. Serena, stay on the ship. Activate all shields. Nathan turns to Serena. The next fight might get ugly. You are going down there? Serena grabs his hand. It is too dangerous. That is 10,000 feet underwater. Nathan gently kisses her forehead. Relax. I have deep-sea armor. He walks to the hatch and leaps. System, activate Poseidon battle armor. Equipment deployed. Mid-fall, countless streams of blue nanometal envelop Nathan's body, transforming into a sleek, deep blue suit of armor. The trident materializes in his hand. Ion thrusters on his back ignite with a pale blue glow. Nathan plunges into the boiling sea like a torpedo. The instant he hits the water, the ocean parts around him as if bowing to a king. Nathan accelerates through the deep faster than a supersonic torpedo. The massive pyramid fortress comes into sharp focus ahead, and swarming around it tens of thousands of bioweapons. Guild tyrants, half-mechanized megalodons, even humanoid octopus creatures, all rushing toward him like a swarm. Trash. Nathan swings the trident. Sovereign domain. Absolute zero. Centered on Nathan, the ocean freezes solid for 1,000 meters in every direction. Countless charging creatures are locked in place before they can even open their jaws, frozen into lifelike ice sculptures. Nathan does not slow down. He smashes through the ice statues, slamming into the fortress energy shield like a meteor. The tip of the trident erupts with blinding golden light. Antimatter annihilation energy. The supposedly indestructible shield pops like a soap bubble. Nathan's momentum carries him straight through the outer wall, crashing into the core council chamber. The dust settles. Nathan walks out of the rubble, trident in hand. The 12 elders, mid-ritual, are thrown to the ground by the massive shockwave, every one of them covered in dust and debris. Please continue. Nathan stamps down on the Grand Elder's golden mask, shattering it and revealing the grotesque, inhuman face beneath. Why did you stop chanting? Forget the words. The Grand Elder stares at Nathan in terror. Black tentacles burst from his body, lashing out. Nathan strikes once, casually driving the trident through the Grand Elder and pinning him to the floor. Golden energy surges down the shaft. The tentacles shriek and crumble to ash. Do not rush to die. Nathan eyes the remaining 11 elders. Tell me, what exactly is the Abyss? And why did you let the wolf through the door? Too late. It is already too late. One elder bursts into hysterical laughter, pointing at the black vortex at the center of the table. The gate is open. My lord has cast his gaze upon this place. You will all die. You will all become fuel for the Lord. Before the words leave his mouth, the black vortex violently expands, swallowing the entire table, then erupting into a towering pillar of black light that punches through the fortress ceiling and shoots into the sky. A soul-deep tremor sweeps over everyone. Nathan snaps his head upward. Inside the black pillar, a colossal hand covered in scales and eyes slowly pushes through. The hand is beyond massive. A single finger stretches over 300 feet. Then comes an enormous skull, a face beyond description, covered in mouths, green acid dripping from every one. System warning boxes flood Nathan's entire field of vision in red. Level 3 civilization. Nathan takes a deep breath. Now things are getting interesting. The creature has not fully emerged, only its upper half is through, and it already fills the entire undersea cavern. Its countless compound eyes lock onto Nathan, emitting a sound that acts directly on brainwaves. System, holder, found. The voice feels like a billion insects crawling through the mind, enough to shatter anyone's sanity. Looking for me? Nathan raises an eyebrow. What, you want to inherit my credit card debt? Surrender? The origin seed? Or annihilation? The creature roars. Its titanic hand reaches for Nathan. This single grab carries the power to lock space itself. There is no dodging it. Nathan feels the space around him solidify. His body cannot move at all. So this is level 3 civilization power. It operates on the level of fundamental laws. Nathan, watch out! Serena's panic scream burst through the communicator. Do not panic. Nathan closes his eyes, takes a deep breath. System, I want to buy a cheat code. Go ahead, player. I want to buy ownership of this entire plane. The system goes silent for 1 second, seemingly stunned by Nathan's audacity. Response, purchasing full ownership of the Earth plane requires 1 quadrillion ultra-rich points. Player's current balance, insufficient. Who said anything about buying Earth? Nathan's eyes snap open. The gold in his eyes shifts to a swirling, chaotic gray. What I want to buy is plot armor. For this exact second, player intent detected, unlocking special item, child of the plane, absolute contract. Duration, 10 seconds. Price, total liquidation of all remaining assets. Confirm, every last asset wiped to zero. Hundreds of billions, trillions. Nathan does not hesitate for a single heartbeat. Do it. Money can be earned back. If I die, or if this planet blows up, the game is really over. Transaction complete. Player balance, 0. Child of the plane mode activated. For the next 10 seconds, you are the father of this universe. An indescribable absolute power floods into Nathan. The frozen space around him shatters like glass. Nathan moves. He does not dodge the colossal hand. He charges straight into it. The trident vanishes from his hand. In its place appears what looks like an ordinary frying pan. That is right. This is the system's bonus lucky artifact. Take this! Nathan roars, and slams the frying pan down onto the Abyss Lord's finger. A crisp, satisfying clang of metal on metal rings out. The impossible happens. The Abyss Lord, a creature with planet-killing power, a so-called level 3 civilization being, just got its finger broken by a frying pan. The monster lets out a roar of confusion and agony. It does not understand. This does not make sense. Not done yet. Nathan flickers, appearing instantly in front of the monster's massive eyeball. This one is for every civilization you hunted. A giant compound eye explodes. Green fluid sprays everywhere. This one is because you are too ugly. You scared my Serena. Another eye bursts. And this one is for making me flat broke. Nathan is like a glitched out highlight reel on fast forward. The frying pan in his hand blurring into countless after images, delivering thousands of strikes to that enormous face in just a few seconds. Every single hit triggers a guaranteed critical hit, guaranteed stun, and guaranteed armor break. The Abyss Lord is completely dazed. It even feels something it has not felt in ages, fear. This human is wrong. This power operates above the rules. This is a causality strike. Go back where you came from. In the final moment, Nathan leaps high into the air, puts everything he has into one last swing, and smashes the pan straight onto the monster's forehead. Get out of here! The Abyss Lord's colossal body is actually hammered back into the black vortex by that single blow. I will return. The monster howls in fury, but its body tumbles uncontrollably into the abyss. Before the vortex can close, Nathan pulls out a dimensional collapse foil, light edition, redeemed from the system store. It is a small sheet of paper with a goofy face drawn on it. Here is a parting gift. Something fun for the ride home. Nathan casually flicks the paper into the vortex. Goodbye. The vortex contracts violently. Under the foil's effect, space begins to collapse and flatten, and the gateway to the abyss instantly becomes a painting, a flat oil canvas floating in the void. With the monster's terrified face frozen inside it, everything goes still. Child of the plane mode ended. Congratulations, player. Godslayer achievement unlocked. Current balance, 0. Nathan floats in the empty ruins of the sea floor, surrounded by wreckage and the 12 shattered corpses of the elders. He pats his pockets. Really, not a single cent left. He cannot even afford a cab back to River City. Impulse is the real devil. Nathan sighs. Just then a submersible glides toward him. It is Serena, piloting the Skyfall's escape pod, coming down to pick him up. The hatch opens. Serena swims out without hesitation, and throws her arms around Nathan. We won. We won? Yeah, we won. Nathan gives a bitter smile. But Serena, I have some bad news. What? Serena looks at him anxiously. I am bankrupt, completely flat broke, a genuine pauper. Serena blinks, then bursts out laughing. She cups Nathan's face underwater and kisses him. That is okay, you took care of me before. Now it is my turn. Have you forgotten? I am the chairman of Wu Corporation, Shen Group, and Atlantic Union Bank. Nathan laughs too. Looks like I am going to be living off my wife for good. The two rise to the surface and see the sunlight they had been missing. The Pacific is calm again, but Nathan knows this is only a temporary peace. The Abyss Lord's parting words and the system's hints about the origin seed all point to something much bigger. What is the system really? Why are these higher beings fighting over it? Detected, player has completed phase 2, all combat missions. Ultimate mission activated, origin of the system. Player, proceed to the Valley of Death in the Kunlun Mountains. There you will find the remains of the previous system player. Nathan stares at the virtual panel, his eyes narrowing. The previous player's remains. So this story does not end with a simple zero-to-hero tale. It is a plan that spans 10,000 years. Serena, let us go home and get ready. Nathan looks toward the distant horizon. It is time for the final chapter. Time to uncover the truth behind everything. The Valley of Death, Kunlun Mountains, known as the Gates of Hell. Year-round lightning storms, extreme magnetic distortion. For centuries, countless herders and explorers have perished here, their bones never recovered. But today, the thunder here is more violent than ever before. A bolt of purple lightning tears the sky apart, striking the snow-covered valley floor. A pitch-black warship, the Skyfall, ignores the lightning that could vaporize a tank, descending like a mobile steel fortress into the heart of the valley. The hatch opens. Freezing wind howls. Nathan steps out, holding Serena's hand. Gone is the battle armor. He wears nothing but a simple black windbreaker, but those eyes are deeper than Kunlun's eternal ice. Is this the end? Serena looks at the scattered bones of livestock and feels a chill. It is the end. And the beginning. Nathan checks the system radar in his hand. The dot representing the origin seed is glowing red-hot on the screen. Its location directly beneath their feet. Let us dig. Yes, sir. The Shadow Legion, already on standby, deploys 2 massive laser drilling rigs and begins cutting into the enormous black rock formation at the valley floor. As the rock melts under extreme heat, an astonishing secret emerges. It is not rock at all. It is an ancient, majestic bronze starship, buried underground for untold millennia. Its design is archaic yet grand, its surface engraved with intricate ancient thundercloud patterns. The bow is shaped like a fierce dragon head. Despite ages of erosion, it still radiates a suffocating imperial aura. This style, it is from the Qin dynasty. Could the legends of the first emperor be more than just legends? Nathan takes a deep breath and pulls Serena through the opening. Welcome to the first emperor's command vessel. The interior is not the darkness they expected. The moment Nathan steps into the main control room, countless eternal lamps, actually fusion cold light lamps, flicker to life. At the center of the hall stands a throne forged from black gold. Upon the throne sits a skeleton draped in a black dragon robe. Even as bare bones, he still holds his sword hand pressed to the blade, his gaze fixed upon the heavens. The sheer aura of supremacy, the ambition that conquered all, transcends 2,000 years and still makes you want to kneel. Before the skeleton floats a crystal emitting a soft white glow. The origin seed. System, is this your previous player? Nathan asks softly. Yes. The system's cold mechanical voice for the first time carries a trace of human sorrow. Previous player, Yingzheng. Codename, Dragon Prime. System version, 1.0. Civilization War. Cause of death. To repel the first wave of the Abyss invasion, he exhausted every system point, overdrew his own life force, and activated the 9 provinces barrier, also known as the Great Wall Orbital Defense Grid. He died from total depletion. Nathan stands in solemn respect. So the Great Wall was never just built to keep out invaders from the north. It was built to defend against the hunters from above. Just then, the origin seed begins to vibrate. A holographic image projects from the skeleton. It is a commanding middle-aged man. Though only a projection, those eyes seem to pierce through time itself. A solemn, powerful voice echoes through the hall, carrying the weight of ancient authority. By the time you see this message, I will be long gone. I united 6 kingdoms. I standardized the written word. I unified the roads. I believed I could bring eternal peace to this land. But there were heavens beyond our heavens. Those greedy predators, the Abyss, they coveted Earth's coordinates. I poured every ounce of national power into building the 12 Titans, giant battle mechs, and constructing the Great Wall railgun array. I drove them back, but I knew they would return. I left behind the origin seed. It holds my unfinished ambitions and my final legacy. If you are someone who carries the world in your heart, then merge with it. Guard this beautiful land in my place. The image fades. Nathan is silent for a long time. Then he steps forward, reaches out, and grips the origin seed. Nathan's eyes burn with resolve. The war you could not finish. I will fight it. The money you could not spend, I will spend it for you. The origin seed dissolves into Nathan's palm. A torrent of information floods his mind. The memories of Yingzheng. The blueprints of ancient technology. The entire defense grid of planet Earth. Origin seed fusion complete. Ultra-rich system final form activated. Earth administrator mode. Congratulations, player. You have inherited the first Emperor's legacy account. Current balance, beyond numerical value. Because what you have inherited is the fortune of the Empire. 5,000 years of history and destiny. At the very moment Nathan merges with the origin seed, the world outside erupts in chaos. The sky over Kunlun collapses. Not the small cracks from before, but the entire sky turning blood red. Countless enormous black warships pour through dimensional rifts like a swarm of locusts. This is the Abyss civilization's main battle fleet. They have finally locked onto Earth's coordinates and launched the full invasion. Warning, warning, planet killing strike detected. Enemy count 100,000 vessels. Estimated time to Earth destruction 10 minutes. Serena stares at the alarm on her wrist, her face white. Nathan, can we really hold them off this time? That is 100,000 starships. Nathan slowly opens his eyes. His pupils have turned completely gold. The authority of the administrator. He glances at his personal account, still at 0, then looks at the legacy account on the system panel, shimmering with a golden dragon emblem. Nathan smiles. A smile of absolute, unshakable confidence. Why wait? The ancestors left me an inheritance. That means they want me to go all out. Nathan takes Serena's hand and walks out of the ancient ship. Standing at the highest point of the Valley of Death, facing the sky-darkening alien armada bearing down, he raises his hand and snaps his fingers toward the heavens. System, I want to make a purchase. Go ahead, player. I want to buy back this chapter of history. Awaken the 12 Titans. Awaken the Great Wall railgun array. Awaken the million-strong Ghost Legion. Payment method. 5,000 years of the Empire's national fortune. Payment confirmed. Awakening now. The next second, the entire land erupts. At the first emperor's tomb near Xi'an, the earth shakes violently. The burial mound explodes. These are not clay statues. The clay shells of tens of thousands of terracotta warriors crack and fall away, revealing gleaming nanometal bodies underneath. Their eyes ignite with red light. The bronze swords in their hands flash into plasma-charged blades. An earth-shattering war cry shakes the heavens as a million machine warriors launch skyward. At the same time, west of Xianyang, 12 colossal figures, each towering over half a mile tall, burst from the earth. Every single one radiates energy on par with a nuclear reactor. Wielding massive axes and halberds, they rise like ancient war gods reborn. But the most stunning sight is the Great Wall. That ancient structure stretching thousands of miles now blazes with brilliant golden light. The bricks crumble away, revealing beneath them a superconducting railgun array hidden for 2,000 years. What is this? In the sky, the Abyss Fleet commander stares at the planet suddenly roaring to life below, his hands frozen stiff with terror. Who gave you permission to look down upon my domain? Nathan's voice, amplified through the origin seed, thunders across the entire globe and detonates inside the mind of every single alien. With one sweep of his hand, the Great Wall transforms into a colossal golden dragon. Countless antimatter beams surge skyward, vaporizing the first wave of alien warships in an instant. The 12 Titans leap into the clouds, their titanic weapons cleaving through mile-long motherships with every swing. A million Ghost Legion riders surge into the enemy formation like a black tidal wave, launching a brutal boarding assault. This is a slaughter that spans the ages. This is Earth's most furious roar against the predators. Nathan stands atop the peak of Kunlun, watching this spectacular display. Serena, is it beautiful? Serena is stunned silent, tears blurring her vision. Beautiful. This is the most... Not done yet. Nathan looks up at the largest ship in the sky, the Abyss Mothership. If I am going to go all out, then let me go all the way. Nathan makes his final purchase. I want to buy Earth Ascension. Push this planet to level 4 civilization. Payment confirmed. Consuming all remaining national fortune. Loading planetary engine, loading quantum shield, loading causality weapon. Earth Ascension, begin. A beam of light bright enough to illuminate the entire galaxy erupts from Earth's core. In that single instant, the Abyss Fleet dissolves like snow in the sun. Not even ash remains. Wiped clean by causality erasure. The planet does not grow larger, but its energy level transcends in this moment. From now on, this blue planet will be a true forbidden zone in the cosmos. 3 months later, the Abyss has retreated, civilization restarts. Though the world endured a full-scale war, under Nathan's extraordinary restoration, cities have not just been rebuilt, they are even more futuristic. The rooftop sky garden of SKP Mall has been transformed into a crystal palace floating among the clouds. The wedding venue. Serena is wearing the eternal love gown. This dress was crafted by Nathan from the Abyss Mothership's core material, fused with deep-sea pearls. Its value is beyond measure. She is breathtakingly beautiful. Arm in arm with her father, she walks step by step down the red carpet toward the man at the end. Nathan. Today, he is the acknowledged guardian of the planet, the protector of human civilization. But he still grins like a boy, eyes only for the bride walking toward him. Candy waddles behind in her flower girl dress, holding up the train, her smile so wide her eyes disappear. Nathan, Elder Qian the efficient, is glowing with excitement. Do you take Serena to be your wife, for richer or for poorer? At the word poorer, the guests erupt in warm laughter. The whole world knows Nathan's personal account may be zero, but he owns the entire planet. I do. Nathan looks into Serena's eyes and says it with everything he has. And Serena, do you take Nathan to be your husband? I do. Before Elder Chan can even finish, Serena jumps in with her answer, and the entire hall bursts into laughter. The two hold each other tight, surrounded by a blizzard of flower petals and thunderous cheers, and share a deep kiss. Right then, a familiar chime rings inside Nathan's mind. Congratulations, player. All main missions complete. The ultra-rich systems mission is fulfilled. Preparing to uninstall. Searching for the next player. Farewell gift. Player retains golden eye and enhanced physical abilities. Goodbye, player. May you find happiness in this world you built with your own hands. Nathan freezes. The system that walked with him from delivery boy to king of the world is really leaving. A quiet sadness washes over him, but it fades quickly, because he feels Serena's warmth in his arms, hears Candy's laughter, and sees the genuine joy on every face below. He does not need the system anymore. He already has the most precious treasure in the world. Nathan, what is wrong? Serena notices him spacing out and asks softly. Nathan snaps back, looking at the woman he loves more than anything, and breaks into the brightest smile. Nothing. My secret stash just got confiscated, that is all. Serena laughs and leans close to his ear, her breath warm and soft. That is okay. Tonight, I am all yours, and I put the 100 billion the company earned on this card. The pin is your birthday. Serena slips a card into Nathan's hand. Nathan looks at the card, then at his blushing wife, and suddenly thinks, this is actually amazing. Babe, let us go on a honeymoon. Where? Nathan looks up at the vast starlit sky. I hear the sunsets on Mars are incredible. Since we already bought Earth, let us go develop Mars while we are at it. Yes, you big spender. The sun is warm, the breeze is gentle. Nathan and Serena, with the whole world watching, walk toward the future that belongs to them alone. and the legend of the greatest ultra-rich player will live on forever, beneath these stars.